What do you
You like
want?
jazz?
French!
You need help. You need help, man.
Want a break from the
Having a
ads?
severe
Upgrade
and
now to
continuous
Spotify Premium
lapse in
and
my
enjoy
judgment,
ad-free
and I don't accept
music.
it.
Hello! Welcome. Welcome in. Completely nobody. Just me, myself, and I at the moment. But that's okay. I'm used to it. I'm used to being alone. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's good. Limbus company time! I barely got through the intermission. Not even a third, I think. I don't think even a third. If I go to stages, it'll tell me. Let's see. Yeah, we got somewhere. We got barely around a third. So what we have? If that's a third. Oh wait, that'd be a quarter. No, that's a third. So what that means? There's 18 stages in total. Well, we'll find out in due time if I'll actually be able to do that. Hey, Marley! Hi, Marley. Welcome in. Hope you're doing great. Don't boot my nose. Don't do that. You know the Vermisi don't like that. You don't want to make your queen mad, do you? But thank you for resubbing for 5 months. I will forgive you just because of that. You're taunting me. It's not working. It's not working. It's not gonna. I'm not gonna fall for the rage bait. It's not working. You can't fool me. I'm too smart for this. You can't get me with these tricks. I will not fall for the bait. I am calm. Kimochi. Kimchi. Limbussy kind. Limbussy kind. Limbussy time. I think we barely got through a third in like 2 hours. So maybe I'll be able to go another. Maybe I'll get to like, yeah. Maybe I'll go through another third. Almir's Vermisi is evilly bribed. Listen. $20 is $20, alright? You could buy 4 Big Macs with that. Or 2 Happy Meals. 2 K-pop... Actually, you could buy 1 K-pop Demon Hunter's Happy Meal with, like, the flurry. Actually, you could... Yeah, yeah. And a soda. And extra fries. Ah! What? Thanks for the 45 bits. Listen, exactly like I said, dude, those 45 bits... You know what I could get with that? That is 1 quarter. That is a quarter from a good candy bar. Not a Hershey's bar. Because everyone knows Hershey's is garbage. It's vomit. It's trash. I could get a Feastables. I'm a quarter way there. You all have K-pop Demon Hunter. Yes. I got 3 K-pop Demon Hunter meals. I got 2 lunch ones and the breakfast one. Except I didn't really realize there's not much of a difference. I mean, there is. You get like a different card pack, but you know, that's about it. Yeah, you know what? I could get a gumball with that. Even with taxes, I could get a gumball with that. I'm sorry that you do not have K-pop Demon Hunters over there. You're kind of missing out. Strangely, you know, I'm kind of like interested. I'm a little interested. I wouldn't say I'm interested in buying, but I am. I'm just interested in seeing what older cards look like. I don't think I've not seen that. I know I've seen the men's rare card and the women's rare card. And I think there's like 8 cards in total. I think I got like 3 common ones. I'm not sure. Hey yo, what new game you got? Did you pick up Expedition 33? Or yeah, that's the only thing I can think of at the moment. What else? Liza P. Did you pick up Liza P? Pragmata. Oh yeah, I heard that. I heard about that one coming out. I didn't hear anything about it until like yesterday, and apparently some people, yeah, Twitter freaks are upset about the child existing in the game. And then taking picture of her feet and then wondering, oh, why did I get blocked? All I did was take a picture of like the child's feet. I wonder why. Also, hi Norris. How long has it been? Maybe like 4 months. I'm sure it hasn't been that long. Right? Hasn't been that long, right? Hey, welcome. I accidentally pressed the mute button on my soundboard. Soundboard? Stream Deck. Anyways, let's get into the Limbussy. We're doing Limbussy today. Limbus Company, the hit famous game. Oh, do I want to have Mariso in here? Let's go to my mirror dungeon team. Let's remove wait. Oh shit, I'm only gonna have 5 IDs with that Mariso if I want the extra goodies. Well, I want the extra goodie. Oh no, wait, never mind. I forgot. We can have Rudian in here. So let's see. Yeah, just make you number 6. This will be fine. I don't have enough resources to get him leveled up, nor uptime to 4. As you can see, you have not played Limbus Company. Single-handedly, the best visual novel gacha game you'll ever play. I mean, every gacha game is a bit of a visual novel. This one especially is a visual novel, but the best visual novel gacha game you will ever play. It's really not a gacha game in comparison to other gacha games. It is the least gacha game in comparison to others. Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was August last year, not too long ago. Was that like 7 months? Yeah, it's not that long ago. The heck? They swept everything that wasn't nailed down, huh? Frick not! I espy thither half of my worldly possessions. Articulated fixer figurines, video game cartridges. I'm not talking about my toy box, okay? I had hella many of them anyway.
I love you.
Gotcha, you had me there. I love gambling. Let's go, gambling! Woo! No, also, if you don't like Generation Alpha slang, it's only Kira that does it so far in the latest update. Spoilers for the latest update, by the way. You probably won't notice what the spoilers are, though. My TV's gone. The couch too. All right. Most importantly for Limbus Company, the more blind you go into it, the better the experience you'll have.
I'm really feeling it.
Like for instance, thank you, Shaw. Thank you, Shaw. Good to know. Good to know. For instance, for me, for Kanto 4, the one I knew the least about, I enjoyed the most. And Kanto 9 I also enjoyed, but definitely not as much as Kanto 8. Let's see, Kanto 4, Kanto 8, Kanto 9 I knew nothing about. Basically, those are like chapters. I knew nothing about those. I enjoyed all of them a lot more than I did the other ones that I kind of spoiled myself on. We talked before that much, 23, that's 3 years ago. I mean, I think we talked before, but just, I guess not in stream chat, huh? Also, what is Pragmenta about? I don't know anything about it, other than there is a child that's an android in the game. That's about it. My TV is gone! The couch, too! As Kira said. Only a conspicuous empty space was left where the television and family couch that used to be. Oh, those? LCE researchers hauled them away. And the sound of it. They're going to set them up in their staff lounge. I forgot I can strike stream history. Oh. It's for the leather and the ornaments. They said they'll be selling them off. Yeah? I keep forgetting how to say her name. I think that I is silent. Otis. Yeah, whatever reason, her name is silent with an I. Otis seemed to notice something the moment she caught Kira's wistful look. The corners of her lips curled into a faint smile as she spoke with feigned nonchalance.
Who knows? With sufficient cooperation, perhaps they'd be more receptive to the idea of returning those items.
Assuming much? I never said I want them back. Anyway, I'll tell you all about what I know. So come this way if you want in. Those 2 doors here, made from paper and wood, they connect to S-Corp. And that one, reinforced with steel, that one leads to V-Corp, back streets, where... Having lived here and made frequent use of the doors herself, Kira was clearly the right person for the job of identifying where each door Wayfarer Company had asked us to explore led. Directed by Kira and accompanied by Alan, we checked the doors one by one. Good work. All data seems to match. Thank you for your cooperation. Until there was just one back door left to open. I know this ain't anything new, but I've got to say, these back doors are just too bloody convenient. Them portals too. It ain't doing anything. It ain't doing anything shady like the warp drains either, is it? Yours is as simple as turning the knob and entering. Seems to me you'll outpace your business rival in no time. The game with the android girl has problems. I see weird stuff on Reddit. Yeah, I mean, that's the internet for you. You'll find freaks at every single door. Literally, my homie, my Hemi, Milky Moo, sent me a message last night, and they're just like, yo, VTuber men are weird. And then it's just some guy being like, and it was just some guy coming at a tweet. The tweet was, guys, can you send me your penises? In the male VTuber comments, yeah. Are your DMs open? Like, yeah, yo, you're gonna see a lot of that. And that thing had 25 likes. Bro, I make daily content. I make daily skits and I don't get 25 likes. What is this bullshit? What do you mean some guys be like, oh, I'm gonna post my penis? Why does that get 25 likes? Why isn't my hard work, my effort, what I do, why might not be respected? I'm only awake to annoy you. I gotta go sleep. Goodbye, North. I miss you forever. I'll miss you. Please come back soon. It's a bit hard-pressed to agree with the too convenient sentiment when it comes to using backdoors and portals, but since your intent was to claim way for superiority over the current W, I'll take that as a compliment. I'll see you in 8 months indeed, for real, for real. Did I say something wrong? Every technology comes with a cost, Heathcliff. Aptly said. Well, this has been a workday relatively free of casualties thanks to the quality information you have provided. Do understand that Wayfarer Company's primary services include pathfinding, path security, and path maintenance. Each of those services is fraught with life-threatening dangers for our employees. Some never return after embarking on a pathfinding journey. Some are killed while battling monstrous entities whose exact natures haven't even been confirmed yet, that appear in the liminal space between paths. It also costs a pretty penny to keep the secure path, well, secure. I'd say our operating cost is on the rather steep side, especially considering that we are also trying to prevent our rivals from taking this corner of the market. Peak VA. Yeah! I'm a peak VA. One day someday I'll be a VA. Sex! 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 Thinking back, I don't think I've ever seen Alon enter a door to a new location with his helmet off. Must be one of his precautions, just in case. Maybe his dry smell and unsettling lack of reaction to anything are hints that he's simply seen too much to be faced by most horrors. Still, our work's gotten considerably easier for this job thanks to the hope for everyone here. Honestly, this partnership is working much better than I expected. Very well then, let's take a look at the last door. Ah, it's the door Papa used to walk through all the time. I followed Kieran to the door. The second I crossed over the threshold, a breeze carrying an oddly familiar salty smell tickled the tip of my nose, one of my clock hands.
This one connects to somewhere in the general Great Lake area, it seems.
Welcome to Eucarp's giant stingray port ship. Stingray? Huh. Why does that ring a bell? Hang on a minute. It's that place in it? That port ship that the port ship that has Salon du Malak, the private hair salon. Heathcliff chimed in with a shudder, as though the sheer weight behind his words terrified him. Oh, doth it signify then that we shall find he made audience to young Heathcliff and his hadu most luxurious? Ugh! Quit it with that luscious nonsense, lass. Why encourage me now when you were so cavalier about blasting my villainous arch back in the lake? Indeed. Alas. 'Tis true that punishment wrought upon our merry band hath severely outweighed the crime. Wouldst thou not agree, young Heathcliff, that to put the coupons to use would really die paying a smidge? Ah, bugger it. I ain't even got anyone to spruce up for her anymore. Sweet! Then can I use them? We were regulars at that Mullock's place, Papa and me. Papa would ask the middle fam for a favor, and he'd bring loads of coupons back home. They give away hair coupons every 10 visits, you see, so Ugh. What am I even yapping about outside? Crew, who seemed ready to launch into a cheerful rant, came to an abrupt pause, like a bike tripping over a ledge. Her face fell as she lowered her gaze and scuffed a pebble away. Looking back, I guess Papa did hella care for me. So why? It's also true that these guys went out of their way to get me out of there, even though they didn't know me so well. What's gonna be so complicated? Matthias gave you that unesthetic BC? The heck's a BC? Bullshit. Bro, listen, like I said, that's not how you shorten these things. Ugh. For some reason, Yoshi seemed almost gleeful to hear Kira correcting her acronym. No BBC! No, not BBC, BC bullcut. It was reminiscent of that self-satisfied look she'd get after confusing us with these acronyms, especially during the early days of our bus journey. Thinking back, ever since Sinclair's translations became reliable enough, the sister had less reason to voice their frustrations with Ryoshu's acronyms, which in turn gave her fewer causes to snicker about. I'm not sure why, but something tells me that she might be making her acronyms ridiculously incomprehensible on purpose.
If your conjecture is correct, Executive Manager, she has one tasteless sense of humor.
From what I recall, the toys and games he was into were pretty retro. Must have been annoying to play along.
Really bad weather we're having.
Big VTuber screams a lot.
Terrible. Yeah, it's awful.
Early days VTuber. Early delays, bruh. At first, but the more I played along, the more I got into it. Still curdy and juvenile shit, though. I know aught of that conflict. I know aught of that conflict within thee. Trifling and apocryphal they may be, and we are all compelled to be your handwords at the interests of the family. Yeah, I want to know what Papa was into, to really get what he was talking about. Besides, I need to know these things if I want to chat him up, talk about a mutual subject. So, he'd tell me about you all the time, Yoshihide. Proud shit. Not a day went by without him saying something like, Yoshihide learned this in 2 days. Or, yo, this was Yoshihide's fave. You know? Too bad I wasn't here to tell you that his words weren't worth shit. I once thought of him the same as you do now. A good man. At least among the Norse fathers. Cared enough to bring me gifts. Why is he moaning when... I'm not moaning with Don Quixote.
But why?
I'm not moaning when I'm doing... What are you talking about? I am not moaning with Don Quixote. What is this heresy? I will not stand by for this slander. I'm not moaning for Kira either. What are you yapping about? But one day...
Had a pretty interesting day.
Are you sure? I realized that he never understood the things I really cared about, and if his life had depended on it. One day, thou sayest? Pray tell, was there aught that had changed thy perception of that man? That I don't remember. When or I, just that it happened. Wait, I might know this. Wasn't it something that happened at school? Papa told me that things started getting awkward between you and him ever since you quit school. Bullshit! I've never been to school. I never even thought of wanting to go to school. Matthias must have been talking out of his ass again. Huh? No way! Bro, I even saw a clip of it. Bro, Ryoshu got clip farmed? Bro, Ryoshu get clip farmed by Matthias? Hey, yo. What? Papa showed me that video when he was teaching me how to use these doors. I even saw a baby you going, I'm off to school, Dad, in that video. So I'm pretty sure, dang sure. But I don't. As Kira went on, Ryoshu's confidence from her initial retort seemed to slip away. I couldn't blame her. So much of her memory's been mutilated. So whenever Ryoshu uses that blade that she has by her side, she loses her memories. She gets amnesia. Ooh, the more she uses it. Ryoshu didn't sound like she was denying it out of hand. Though, she did seem to mean it when she said she'd never been to school and never even wanted to. And I want to glimpse the fragments of memory that made her say that. The moment I willed it, a scene from her past suddenly flashed across my eyes. Very well, Yoshihide. I will register you in an institute that is... Well, let's see. Very well, Yoshihide. I will register you in an institute that is not entirely dismissed from school. There is a subsidiary of the ring. academy. Like Alzheimer's? Yeah, like dementia. You sure it was a school and not like an art academy or something like it? Wait, that kind of makes more sense. Yeah! Must have been an academy, not a school. Ugh. Academy of Art. Ha! Yoshi muttered a few words as though they were pieces of a puzzle she was assembling. Then, after a brief moment, she turned toward me with an astounded scoff and a look of mild irritation. Pluck! You deserve a smack. Ah! Then lightly smacked me upside the head with her scarf. Lightly. Bro, I act like as if she just stabbed me in the gut. This is exactly why I was a theater kid. What? Diamond? My diamonds, Minecraft. What was that for? This memory sucks. Lach. I would have been just fine without it. But at least I got to remember the incident that changed my perspective on Matthias. Dad, how did I go to a school? Maybe I should try and make her, like, actually sound like a child. School? Yoshihide. Well, I don't see why you would wish, let alone need, to go to such an institution where we Nosfathers are here to provide you with all the education you require. You would later find our unique style of homeschooling to have been much more enlightening than trudging through any of the nests formulaic education systems. But Dad, I remember I saw them in a picture book, and I don't have any friends here. Oh, Rhiannon is pointless. But it is true that there are qualities that can be learned only through group education that engenders competition. Very well, Yoshihide, I will register you in an institution that is not entirely dissimilar from a school. Really? I intend to send Yoshihide to an academy as a part of my educational curriculum. There's an Academy of Art, a subsidiary of the Ring. Companionship with other talented children of approximately her age will nourish the spirit of her inspiration that will guide Yoshihide's growth. The prescript approves. But Callisto, I'll tell you now that you might be making a mistake. And how are you so certain of that? Do elaborate if you can. Hand puppeted the prescripts, by whom every aspect of existence is articulated. What do you even know of choice? Of what is right or wrong? And off they went. Perhaps a little more situational awareness would have prevented what is to come. Callisto had found me a rather decent academy. The artworks that used to scare me when I was alone weren't so bad when I was with the other kids. No, that's not quite it. It'd be more accurate to say that I started to understand people's perspectives on beauty. Of course, I would, when all we ever did was nod along to the lectures and spout prepo prose, all the while making pincushions out of people's bodies like it was nothing. Our lesson today will focus on corporate techniques. Now, take a good look at the diagram here. Then the mannequins before you weave the blood vessels in the same pattern as the diagram, man.
I don't know why we even learn about corporate stuff in this day and age. Right? I didn't get what the point of this log is. Tying and shaping blood vessels to make a color that a drop of ink can do better. I read that in the book. I'm more excited to learn about Cubist technique than this crap. Honestly, why is this washed up movement even part of the curriculum? It's just boring, shallow gore stuff. No! It's gory. But it's boring and shallow only because you guys are bad at it. Sandy cheeks. Gary, would I smash or pass Gary to Snell? Pass. Sandy cheeks also pass. I'm not into Texans.
Maybe she was British, but she's not British. What? You mad because your daddy's a lame corporist? Oh, is he? No wonder her stuff is just, oh! I always thought that people who say bad things about my family deserve to get their butts kicked. Them bad nothing at least, though, wasn't actually what set me off. I didn't have any special reverence or attachment to family, like Matthias did, either. It's just what I was taught to dislike, that's all. Just one of those tantrums kids of that age have. Kids will be kids and all that. I'm the home dad. Hey, buddy! You're home early! Oh, man, must have been playing rough today, huh? We got dust all over. Got into the fight. A fight? Yeah, they kept saying dumb things about clear stuff, so I smacked them. What about you? They didn't hit you anywhere, did they, buddy? A night shake, but it's okay, because I punched them this many times. Did I do good? That's my girl. Dad? Where are you going? Oh, you know, she got some business to take care of. Why don't you sit tight and work on a coloring book? Daddy be home before you know it. Hey, welcome in, Chance Plays. Hope you're doing great. Go get a beer, filibuster. Okay. Is it bro business? No, it's family business. Uh-oh. He's gonna game it a kid. Oh no! You're not a Tartaglia. I ain't seen what's so bad about to give your own. Them snotty shots don't respect it unless you beat into them. Ha. If only he'd been a simple-minded fool like you, the story would have ended right there with a pet in my head. That's one of Ryoshu's father. That was one of Ryoshu's fathers, Matthias. She doesn't like him. What? Papa, I mean, the myth doesn't stop there. It never does. You heard a member of the family? That automatically gets you written up in the book. Yeah, and he did what he did in the end. Oh! Holy shit! Oh, oh my! Well, that's a start. That's a contrast. Oh, bro, he gave. Okay, well at least he didn't game it a kid. But why did he game it the instructor? What'd they do? What did the instructor do wrong? Why did he do that? The poor kid. You know, I think I'd be crying too if I saw my instructor get decapitated. Huh? There you are! Yoshihide! Is class starting early? My diligent little girl. Wonder who she takes after. Dad? I know. I said I'll be back before you know it, but I got a bit lost trying to find my way through the ring bastard's tricky mazes. You know how they are. Oh yeah, there are so many sniveling brats here. Well, as for the crimes, I slapped my buddy's face hard enough to leave a mark. That's an arm for you. As for the instructors, anyone to agree that they did one sorry job of keeping these tykes under control. Is that, in that case, pursuant to Title 2, Section 52 of the book, execution by beheading. They clearly don't got much use for what's in their shoulders. Wait, did he actually chop off the kid's arm? Wait. Is bro saying he chopped off a kid's arm? Hey, yo, but that is... You know what? I don't think I would respect this guy either after that. How do you like it, buddy? Papa's the best, ain't he? How dare he? Such senseless, barbaric violence. Uncultured, uncivilized animal. Do not be discouraged, dear Yoshihide. I find out yet another academy worthy of your talents. It is a much more significant and prestigious institution this time. I assure you, even an intemperate berserker like Matthias wouldn't dare force his way in to such a place as he did the previous academy. Don't wanna... Yoshihide? I don't want to go to the academy. I don't want to go. I don't need friends anyway. For his posturing, Nothing that was ever important to me held any significance to Matthias. Hey, yo. Welcome to Offshoot Thing. Oh, goodbye, Offshoot Thing. He took a lot away from me just to feel good about himself. So I hope he, more than anyone, would never find out about the things I held dear, because I was afraid he would take them away from me like he did the others. But he'd always catch on faster than he had any right to. Every contract that took me away from the House of Spiders made me tremble in anxiety. Because I was worried about harm or what. But I do know that I could never stop thinking about my room. So, whatever occupied the room in my absence must have been the most precious thing to me in the world. Scabbard, which had been stirring lightly as Ryoshu recounted her past, she began to rattle audibly. It's doing that thing again. Ryoshu patted the scabbard with a gentle, reassuring hand. The scabbard that was once Arya, a Mary without attachment. It appeared to me almost as though she was pacifying a crying child. Adios, Philibus. Seeing that gesture, Heathcliff briefly cast a sullen, yet faintly expectant gaze between Ryoshu's scabbard and my device. He must be thinking back to his last conversation with Catherine. But Catherine's existence, unlike Arya's, was erased by the Golden Bough itself. I doubt this device could do anything for Heathcliff at this point.
From everything we know, the Rainsworter's father seems to have been the least awful parent figure in your childhood.
Huh? Yeah, didn't know that Riva was such a radical guy. You sent to an academy like you wanted? If he got angry on your behalf? Oh, hazy memories. Almost forgot to mention. A few days after that, Callisto left a snowman by my pillow as a gift. It was made of heads. Heads? Yes. Decapitated heads from the inside of the academy. Threaded together into a sculpture. Thinking back, it was one sorry excuse for an art. He's sorely mistaken if he thought some loath of bullshit like that could make me feel better. Gonna spare us the details, lass. Well, with that covered, do you guys want to head back? Hang on. What's up? Gonna get that luscious treatment before I head back? Shut it, you! That ain't it! Look here! Those blokes walking out of the salon. Oh, more Flavis? Flavis, ain't they? They found us. It would not be odd to find a field branch of the Rings art movement in different districts of the city, especially that of the Flavinus scale. However, various evidence such as their mask and the fact that our group has immediately drawn their attention suggests that they are in the same pack as the ones making regular incursions into the House of Spiders.
This is LCB, speaking to Team Leader Alon, requesting immediate commencement of a lockdown sequence.
Copy that. Then why don't we... Holy shit! Guys, stop! Bloody hell! What? Don't you know where you are? You're smack dab in the middle protected turf. Cause the scene. Bros and sisters of the middle will be here any second. Oh yeah. That's probably good. That's gonna be a problem. We've already drawn the Rings unwanted attention. Certainly don't want the middle coming after us to the House of Spiders, too. Sound like you've got the GI. Ugh. Ever played whack-a-mole? Like, why give ourselves a countdown? Just head back through the door now and beat up whoever thinks it's a great idea to walk in through the door.
She puts forth a sound strategy, Executive Manager. As long as there's no high-ranking officer among them, it will be our benefit.
Well then, let's do as Kira says. That was quick. Alon blinked, shooting us a puzzled look as our entire squad came poured through the door long before he finished the lockdown sequence. Due to newly emergent complications past the door, we have concluded that this location is optimal point to intercept and engage the infiltrators from the ring. This location, you say? Oh, wait. That door leads to a zone under a syndicate or wings protection, doesn't it? Better idea to fight here, then.
Happy to work with someone quick on the uptake.
It wasn't long before the Flavis began rushing in through the open door. I didn't want to summon them while they're relaxing, but, well, it can't be helped, and I summoned the sinners back to work. Back to work. Back to twerk. Twerk, 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 twerk. Let me see you twerk. Oh, hey, it's this song. Well, we don't have a choice with struggling there. No, Ryoshu, your favorite, bro. There we go. Ryoshu, no, your favorite. Why you fail? You know, at least we get, you know, baller song though. Yo, go Kira. I keep forgetting that Kira's actually fighting with us. Man, having Kira around really makes me want to have Ishmael, the Ishmael ID for Kira before I get Faust. Hey, they're not just pretty good. They're amazing, Angela. Get it right. Ryoshu has -2. Oh no. Well, we don't got much of a choice. Pardon me. Hey yo, welcome in, Gary. Hope you're doing great. I'm on the latest intermission, so I don't know if you want to avoid spoilers for Limbussy. Otherwise, continue to watch me press win rate and win rate. watch me win rate and win from the rate of win rate. All right, we have a lot of enemies to go. So we can already use something for Don Quixote. I'm gonna wait because I want to get that one. I don't have. Let's see. I think Don Quixote is the only person that can use ego resources on. Does that only show me like ego resources at the start of battle? I think it does. Maybe that's why I was having complications the longest time. It's because someone told me forever ago that you can see like the yellow like lighting up for when you get ego. And I was like, I don't see it. What are you talking about? It's just the start of battle. Start of the turn, whatever. I'll forget everything by then. I'm playing other things. Fair.
What you playing?
See, after I get done with this, then I'll probably do AKEs. New content. And then if I somehow get past that new content, then we probably maybe play who was new content when Rose and Nigay. Oh yeah, aren't they making the sequel Nigay? Are they making Nigay too? And is that gonna have your progress transfer over from Nigay 1 to Nigay 2? I don't know anything about Windrose or Hytale. Hytale's familiar name to me. I just don't remember what it's about though. As you can see, we're fighting furries, and we also have a furry identity for Rodion, and you get a free furry identity for Maruso. I'm sure the Nigay 2 was an April Fool's joke. Oh, was it now? See, I wasn't really paying attention. That's too bad though. They actually did have if they actually did make like a brand new Nigay, I probably would play it. Then again though, that'd be kind of counterproductive. Hi, let's make a brand new video game that it just invalidates all the money you spent on our previous game. That'd be very cool. We heard you loved Arknights. So we made Arknights 2. Pirate game with base building. Oh, I remember hearing about that now. I remember Windrose. Wasn't interested in it myself. All right, I should start seeing if I can use some egos now, so we can get usage of the passive. My voice is dying as it goes every single time. I'm surprised Hong Lu Kalisto could actually do 400 damage in non-mirror dungeons. Sheesh. Are you talking about Anvil now? I mean, the only reason I had to stick around is because I haven't pulled. That is it. I have 280 pulls. I might as well use them on the first character I like. And if the game is that bad at that point, then I quit. The game is bad by the time it's like 1. If the game is still terrible at 1.5, it might dip until I don't know. So what is it? We're gonna have like what?
유익한 책이 또 하나.
What are they gonna add? They're gonna add. What are they gonna add?
도시에는 내가 모르는 것들이 많아.
They're gonna add like what's her face, like 1.4. I forget her name. The warden CEO. That's, damn. Now it's just another dialogue scene. Okay, and that about wraps up the middle's corridor. Thanks to you folks, we managed to cut the door cataloging workload by 80%. I really appreciate going the extra mile to check each and every door too. Made my life a whole lot easier.
Oh, thanks to the manager's excellent strategization.
Next up, the Thumbs corridor. We actually found a lot of intel lying around there, so we just needed to check some of the doors in its basement. Intel? The manager expresses interest in the aforementioned intel. Ah, that. In the Thumbs corridor, we came across a bundle of papers detailing the comings and goings of Thumbs members and the orders they were carrying. Whoever wrote the log has been diligently keeping them updated. The lies that Drew was written not so long ago. While the contents of the notes weren't all that interesting, they helped us get an idea of where each door in that corridor leads to.
Valencia's shitty scrap papers. Steve's been keeping up with that useless shit this whole time.
Useless shit.
Remnants of her disparate church for the thread to cling to. You found one of her backup ticket hoards.
90 plus pulls and HSR back before Kaistra's release saying for her. Oh yeah, actually, I got like, was it? I have 100 pulls stocked up for Wuthering Waves 2. As much as I'm hearing to start pulling on Hayuki and I don't know, Thernodian Resonator banner. Supposedly right after that, it's gonna be the Cyberpunk collab. Seeing as that's gonna happen in limited units, obviously I'm gonna want to have as many duplicates as like the DPS that comes out. Whether it be Rebecca or the other woman, I forgot her name. Lisa? I'm hoping Rebecca's the DPS. I'd be interested in playing as I'm interested in being Rebecca as a DPS. She just has a better design. I've marked any doors that need work with a drone. There should be about 3 or 4 of them. While you guys do that, I've got some leftover work to take care of over here, so... I've been noticing this throughout our interactions. Whenever anything irrelevant to his work came up, Alan seemed to have a way of unhearing and maneuvering right past it as though he didn't even register what was said. Recalling our conversation with Cesar back at P Corp, that deeply uncurious indifference might just be one of the essential personality traits to go on as a corporate employee in the city. Understood. We will explore the areas past the marked doors and return here. Thanks a ton. Well then. With Alan returning to where the other Wayfarer Company employees were huddled around, we decided to follow the corridor to the left. Hey, there's someone in there. More of the ring, maybe?
Going by their silhouettes, they're unlikely to be members of the ring.
Come on, lady, get out of the way so I can see. Ah, it's the detective. Some stubby girl I don't know. And that annoyingly airy dude. Sounds like Moses, Gregor, and Hong Lu, respectively? Hey, Gregor here? Hey, yo, what Gregor doing over here? I thought Gregor was mentally handicapped. The trio's conversations grew... The trio's conversation grew clear the closer I approached them. You okay, Mila? You bumped your head earlier. Haha! Fine as a fiddle! It was just a minor fall. This is the 3rd time it's occurred. We ought to discuss this issue with the manager once this consultation is over. I think I'm seeing a bump on the side of Honglu's head. Anyway, you know what to do, right? If at any moment you see signs of... Don't worry, Gregor! You made it through the explanation in the footage booth. You're gonna be fine again. I believe in you. Look at you now. We're right where it happened. But your arm is stable, see? Unironically, fear tends to grow most unmitigated when it's distant and unseen. I understand what you might be worried about, but I don't see even the earliest portents of it. So don't hesitate to share the unfiltered thoughts that arise while you're in here.
Ugh. I know what I said in the footage, but I'm still having a hard time believing it. Ugh. I don't know. Maybe I'm just avoiding the truth when it's staring me around the face. My case is nothing like Don Quixote's. She just needs to keep her shoes on. It's all good and dandy for her, isn't it? Things don't work out that way for me.
Whatever they're talking about sounds hella deep, guys. You sure about eavesdropping on him like this?
Dang, he's always weirdly cagey about himself. Maybe now's our chance to learn more about him.
He's sharing such an yes about themself for once. Why look away? Don Quixote gives a nonsensical interpretation of Ryoshu's acronym as Kira rolls her eyes out of her exasperation. Between the bickering centers and Kira, however, Otis stands in silence with an inscrutable look in her face. She's listening to the exchange between Moses and Gregor like a woman possessed. Okay, let's keep listening then.
Otis was right. Damn it. She was right all along. The war isn't over. It never was. And it can never be over as long as this fucking joke of a gift stays attached to my arm.
Barbed words. Now, let's revisit the question you can answer while the footage was playing. Hopefully it's become easier to answer now. You've been using that arm to fight just fine so far. How?
Oh, I don't mind fighting hostiles or enemies. I'm not the kind of person who worries about people trying to kill me. But killing my comrades, that changes things, doesn't it? I can't even control it. There's nothing I can do to even brace for it. It's unstoppable, like some kind of time bomb counting down to unleash a disease you never know what his symptoms will set off. Even Heathcliff, who was always the first to step up when people began to spiral to self-hatred, stood in conflicted silence, his lips drawn a hard, straight line. Besides, Riker wasn't wrong in that. At present, there wasn't any way to stop his transformation should it occur again. We've still got a good chunk of the journey left, and eventually we'll have to...
No matter what lurks in the past of us sinners, even if they have killed hundreds, thousands, no, tens of thousands of innocent people, will you still embrace them?
We'll eventually have to confront an even darker, bleaker truth of the war. Can I really trust Gregor not to crumble under that inevitable pressure? Dante, bro is just completely brushing past the fact that Otis is admitting that she probably gave in to tens of thousands of people.
I see. You're afraid you'll end up hurting us.
Well, Ash, at first, I thought I couldn't give a hoot whether or not I actually murdered some of you.
It's a bit saddening to hear that.
You know how it is, Hanglu. We, the bus team, didn't exactly get off to a rocking good start. But through our journey, I've begun to think of you all as my comrades. I was okay with that because I had too much faith in my own weakness. When I realized that I had grown so weak that I couldn't even take down some backstreet thugs with this arm, I was relieved. Imagine that. Shame arm. My arm. I wouldn't have stabbed the heart out of countless people during the smoke war. I'll be honest. When that Holmheim fellow said that I was an exception, the thought alone made me hope. Exception? A potential to be harmless? Weaker than even a non-combatant like Isang? It made me hope for a life that didn't sound so bad. We all know how that went though, don't we? Blew up in the worst possible way. And after all that, I just couldn't bring myself to fight again. Because I no longer know when this fear would eat me up again. Because I'm constantly afraid of this damn gift manifesting again.
The same fear you've carried all this time. How did you endure it before?
Badly. Barely. Hold on to the idea that the living's gotta live on, and nothing else. Ha! This brings me back years. The memories are so clear that it's like they all happened yesterday. Eventually you kick me off the bus before push comes to...
That can't be the right answer. That can't be the answer, Gregor. You can walk away. But the danger of our journey won't leave with you. Dodging, the rest of us will be still facing an endless repeat of peril. Man, it's not like leaving the bars will bring peace to your heart. Our deaths can be reversed when acts in the curve, even if it comes at the cost of Dante's suffering. The same can't be said for most people in the city.
Now that's something I never expected to hear from you. I guess you're right. If we're seeing this through to any kind of end, this would be the place to do so. Not many places in the city have somewhat to them like this one does. Boy, this consultation thing's pretty embarrassing. I mean, it's not like I was forced to go through something as traumatizing as yours, Hagnu. Truth be told, I'm not some special case. Everyone who participated in that war must have gone through more or less the same experience. Miss Moses, Otis, and even Valencia. That piece of work.
We can't attach a number to our misfortunes, as if there's something to be measured. When I fled from my past, I tried my hardest to avert my eyes from it. But you, Gregor, you're not like me. Every few steps that distance you from the past, you come to a pause to spare a look for the path you had walked. All those years I let slip by. All those that slipped you are dotted with fathoms of suffering that are both ineffable and beyond measure. Different experiences, different pain. Still, if there's one thing common to everyone, it's that trauma leaves after effects that linger for a long time.
What are yours?
I dislike loud noises and people who talk too much. They sound too much like a cacophony of the war, like scheming comrades who resented me even as they lay dying, and the wounds they left in my heart bled me dry. But I thought you were fond of Miss Urza. Miss Moses? I've talked too much. That's aside. Haven't you heard your fill? Might as well come up from that corner you're hiding in. Oh man, they knew we've been eavesdropping this whole time?
I was actually waiting for just the right time to come out and say a few words, but I couldn't find an appropriate moment to. Well, I would have had to share this with my manager bud or the rest of you fellas sooner or later. Sure, I don't really mind, but what's she doing here?
Temporary valet?
No, temporary. I can't. Accompaniment. What the fuck? What is that word? A companionment? A companion. I can't say that. A companionment. Companionment. Accompaniment? What the I can't even bring. I need to figure out how do you say that. I'm too affixed to figure it out. Hold on. I have to bring over my other monitor. Or I have to bring over Opera GX to another screen. Okay. How do you spell this? Hello? Will you work, Mr. Keyboard, please? Oh no, I'm on the wrong keyboard. ACCOMPANIMENT. I think I might be overthinking it. Accompaniment? That is the most retarded way I think you would ever say that. But okay, I guess it's the way you say it. No, temporary accompaniment.
Don't be an asshole! I'm working my ass off to help you guys. Pleased to make your acquaintance! Oof, you're right on time. I've been working on a theory, but I don't have all the clues to be absolutely certain. A word from someone to know may immensely improve my confidence in the theory. Kira, do you know which door the Thunder's fathers was most attached to? Huh? No. Duh.
That's supposed to be obvious?
Didn't you guys all see her? Think I just chat up a scary lady like that? Dude, she was beating the ever-loving shit out of Lucio every time I saw them together. Oh yeah! He went down fighting you guys to the end, huh?
Yeah. Said stuff about her generosity and all that. Fought till he died.
Damn. That's unexpected.
being real for a sec here, I thought he was totally gonna swap sides.
Really? That lad?
And why is the it? You know, the vibes? Guys don't know because you haven't seen him in long without the scary lady always looming over him. What's up? Gonna stab her right in the spine? You. Look, I think you might be treating me wrong cause, like, you're not improving that as much as you should from all that grind. Let me show you what I learned about sword swing from this comic book.
This is not how my master has instructed me. The textbook cannot be permitted to have even a single deviation if it means to repay the debt it owes her.
Why are you so obsessed with all that crap anyway? You don't even like that old lady.
But you're not so different from me in that regard, are you?
Bro, the heck are you talking about? I love my papa. Seriously, I thought things were gonna crash and burn before you came home. Ugh. So Paul's textbook and I had that in common.
If this one doesn't know, let me redirect that question toward you, Senator Yoshu. Hopefully this touches upon one of your more intact memories. You know which of these doors the Thunder's father showed particular attachment to? Or the door she used most often?
Why ask me? Fine. Yes, I do remember. Didn't even need clocks help to piece it back together. It's that one.
The door with the metal pieces dangling from it.
Holy shit! I almost died up there! Son of a bitch! A fucking fly! Where'd those G-Corp fucks even drag those gross pets from? Mom, are you okay? Do I look okay? Do you think it? No, not really. I'm fine. You know, I don't break easy. You should have been there to see me tear the head off that G-Corp vermin. Ticket? But Mom, your leg's bleeding a lot. Yeah. Here comes another mission. Boy, they really can't do shit without me, huh? So much for a break. The fuck is this? Bandages for you. Is this kid serious? They've got truckloads of expensive treatments on the ready to patch me up the moment I get back to the... Okay, never mind that. Hey, this works. Mom, sit tight and don't start any trouble. I'll teach you some sword techniques once I'm back. Must have been her years in the smoke war. Yeah, fighting in the war took a lot out of her and left her perpetually exhausted. But she marched to every battle with a smile. Stopped drinking, stopped beating me too. Like a blissful idiot who forgot that she was still neck deep in the escapable pit called the House of Spiders. Well, the ironic peace didn't last. Sometime after the war ended. Someone she called the casually. Hello, bird. Hello, Big Bird. Welcome, and I'll be doing great. Thanks for the head pat, Big Bird. Woo! Baby. Someone called the Consulier the Sun visited the House of Spiders as a tutor. And that's when she went right back to drinking herself into a shit-faced stupor day after day. We're playing Limbus Company visual novel. Gotcha game. The beatings returned, and so did the edge in her profanities. It was pathetic.
Oh, hold on. What? Hello. Sure, I was on the losing side. But wasn't Valencia on the winning side? A war hero at that?
Ever heard of the regulation that prevents smoke war participants from moving into I-Corp and K-Corp nests? The common thread between these post-war rules is that they make the lives of veterans difficult. Dubious rules that don't discriminate between winners and losers.
I see.
There must have been things going on behind the scenes there, too.
But doesn't that mean now backdoor drop us to the trench they dug during the war?
Yes. And Gregor will be the one to open it.
Wait, me?
Yes. Others can do it for you. But what would be the point?
You sure this won't just end up giving him more nightmares? I don't see how this helps him in any way.
We do not have any means that treat whatever it is that slumbers within his arm. However, I would surmise that the underlying cause of this sudden transformation wasn't the arm itself.
Then, what?
It's trauma. His arm took control after his psyche was crushed by the weight of the unspeakable memories coming back to haunt him. It's not because the arm went berserk that he started reliving his painful past. It's the other way around. Isn't that so? If you can come to understand that the war is really over, and that what others say, no matter how closely they echo the past, is not necessarily aimed at you, then you may be able to loosen your grip on the fear and anxiety, and your arm could metamorphose at any moment. While her suggestion may seem blunt, it is one of the basic treatment principles of M-Corp's psychotherapy centers.
Fine, then. Guess I'll open it up.
Gregor walked up to the door, grabbed its handle, then paused, taking slow, deep breaths. With one arm, he gently opened the door.
Why are you running? Should be taking a lead on the front lines with our G-Corp banner held high. I don't want to die.
It's nice to have a place to go back to. All right. Happy 15th birthday. But you can't possibly have the cheek to call me cruel. You G-Corp pests were far more messed up than I ever was. For the part, capitalizing them, you were nothing but a swarm of fucked up monsters.
I thought I'd woken up from the dream, but I was still.
You were still in it.
Bro was reliving all the memories right before he opened it. Memories. Okay. And then this is where's Ryoshu? Ryoshu. Where the super is she? I'm daft. Wait, what? Oh, I gotta have Greg in here? Alright, that's fine. I haven't leveled up, so it's okay.
저 살점을 찢으면 더 붉게 칠해지겠지?
This place. Eh? It's just a boring old office. I was kind of ready to be shook, thinking we were about to walk into a war zone or something. You recognize this place?
Of course I do. My last job before Limbish Company. And my desk was over there. Here's a tip, fellas. When you're working in an office like this, always get a corner desk facing the wall if you can help it. Let you hide from the boss man. Out of sight, out of mind, you know? You can do whatever you want that way. Work, chill, or even freak out in terror at the slightest sound of metal clinking. Nobody will catch you. Nobody will think you're a bother to other people.
Gregor grins, a bitter, mocking smile directed at himself.
The only time I tried this desk arrangement being people walking up behind me to get my attention. Higher-ups just had to holler, "Hey, vet hire!" And I scuttled it right up to them. Birds can't do that. So whenever people walked up to me from behind, I get afraid that I might cause an accident.
Vet hire. Must be about the post-war veteran special employment.
Right. But I couldn't possibly complain. Wouldn't have gotten that job without it, you know? Now everyone was lucky enough to be considered for that. I was better off than most.
Gregor?
Huh? Head Major, Ted!
Gregor whipped around. His hand instinctively was leaping to his other arm. There was an unfamiliar man in a clean suit standing behind us. It really is you, Gregor! And I see new faces with you. Oh, wait! Oh, you folks must be the accountant. The accountant that the guys in the other team asked us to leave the meeting room open for. Landed a new job, huh? I see you got a new employee card right there.
Well, sure. How have you been doing?
Me? Same old, same old. Well enough. It's not like I got anywhere else to go, right? I'm not surprised you found your new work so soon. You're always you were always a dependable guy. Is the pay good? How's life, man? Oh yeah. You're gonna sell that quart of coin, some kind of metal, right? If you got paid good money for that. Look at me, asking how's life to a fellow citizen. Can't imagine anybody would have anything good to say to that, huh? Moving on, hope no one's hounding you with the vet hire shit over there.
No, not at all. There's none out here.
Hey, that's good to hear. Man, but I don't have to deal with that dang jackass of an exec VP messing with you like he was a war veteran himself. You know how many years I had to hear that geezer bragging about how he profited from the war, pulling himself up by his bootstraps, about how in every peril was an opportunity, a way to be found. Blah, blah, blah. I'm preaching the choir, aren't I?
That guy, huh? Is he still taking his sauna breaks during work hours?
What do you think? His seat misses his ass every day. Oh, and get this. Remember how we used to call you special employment fellows in Nepo Force? A few days ago, his name showed up in the HR report. Guess what it said? Turns out he was lining his pockets with kickbacks when we were choosing the fixer office for a partnership project. There's about to be a vacancy in the office real soon. Really? Isn't he, an actual Nepo? Out of his depression's family. Yeah, man. It's that bad. It's what anyone else talks about. It's what anyone ever talks about by the water cooler. If there's anything I learned here, it's that people obsessed with back in my days are all kind of like him. They hate how their glory days are behind them. Kind of like a distraction from how pathetic they are now. And hey, a backstreets kid like myself don't have glory days to look back on in year 4, right? I look back and it's all doom and gloom, If you ever get hit rock bottom, you also know the only way left to go is up. You've said something like that before, yeah? Yeah, guess it's my own brain of bullshit philosophy. Oh boy, look at me, running my mouth in front of your customers. Sorry about that, folks. Oh, don't worry about it. It's a pretty unique process you got there. No worries, but it seems that you were on your way to submit those proposals. Gee golly, I'm late. Think you're stepping out of it. I'm gonna get one heck of a scolding. Anyway, Gregor, hit me up sometime, Let's go out and catch up over a drink or something. Sure, if I ever get the chance. The man who seemed like Gregor's former co-worker hurried away. But he didn't forget to wave us a good-natured goodbye. I can see a little bit of him in the way you talk, Gregor. Come on, I don't sound as old as he does. Do I? Oh. Moses, who had been quietly observing as Gregor and his former co-worker chatted, exhaled a light stream of smoke and slowly began to speak. Many of us who returned from the war seem to suffer from a certain misconception. When we are told to remember, it does not mean we are bidden to live through the nightmare of the past over and over again. We are not being cursed to relive the pain and suffering in it. Both Ariza and I, we are both still trying to be free of this misconception we inflicted on ourselves. It's not like I remember because I want to. Well, if you can't bring yourself to forget them, might as well include in your memory the fact that the war has ended, indeed. Fine. You're not wrong there. Gregor stared at his right arm for a while, quietly contemplating. Madra bud, can't you again give you any reassurance, but what's going on with my life seems to be the best answer for now. I want to ask if you're okay with that, though. I'll manage, but it's you who's got to deal with the aftermath. Gregor would have always said the same to those suffering for the cruelty inherent in living. Still, live on. Just live on. Yet even as his lips spoke those words, his eyes would take on a desperate and unfocused look shaded beneath despair. Today, the gloomy gray seemed to give way just to a hint of the blue sky beyond. This may be no more than a single ray of the sun peering through the dark clouds that have long suffocated the sky. It would probably take much more than this for the shadow to be fully lifted, but don't you worry, I'll be fine. It's a big step forward for him to have even addressed a little bit of that persistent anxiety from his past. When he emerged from the door, we saw Otis facing away from us, her weapon drawn. Wait, I don't think she even followed us through the door. Huh? Were you here the entire time?
Yes, I was told by that line figure that someone has to stay behind and watch the door during these operations. So I stayed and... Oh man, it's those asshats again! Weird. The corridor is not the place for these newbies to be roaming around on the odd. As you can see, a few uninvited guests have decided to visit us through a different door.
I looked past Otis, just in time to see more foreigners pouring into the corridor through a different back door. They must be trying to find a way to get into the ring nurse father's corridor. Well, we can't just let them through, can we? Kill them all! Hey, oh, this song. I'm actually... I love this song. One of my favorite songs. Although it's probably only gonna be the first half. Not the second half, the baller part.
일간이들이 흥겨워하는군.
So after Gregory gets over his trauma, he immediately partakes in the battle. Understandable.
이유를 잡아
한 쌍의 상황볼과 24개의 늑골이 자아내는 티비아의 멜로디가
Decent damage.
꽤 괜찮네.
Oh shit, it's our S3! Yes! Get him my furry! My favorite furry.
너무 큰 거 아니야?
Current, well, yeah, the only furry I can currently use, but my favorite furry nonetheless. Let's see that. I'm gonna use that one for her. That's a neutral. What about that? No, it's actually better for me to use that one for her. Yeah! Woo! Good job, Ishmael.
빈틈투성이군.
두려울 거야.
Kind of funny, I gave him an ID where he just doesn't have his arm at all.
사서들은 다시 살아날
Let's
수
see,
있다는
that's
사실을
13,
말했다.
that's 13.
그걸 알고 있으면 사서들과 손님들이 느끼는
what do I wanna do
감정이
here?
달라질 텐데. 그건 불공평하잖아.
That's a 6 out of 13. Meanwhile, that's a 5 out of 13. Okay, we're gonna go with that for her. Do I have... Oh, I could do this for Greg. Do I really want to waste... do I want... Nah, I don't want him to get hit. I'll hope he can win that neutral. I just, you know, I realized I actually didn't even use any egos last battle.
그렇게 했을 테지.
I hope that they give us more fight scenes soon so I can get more resources. So I can spend them in the shop, get goodies. Or that yum yum sauce.
징계팀에서 다 망가뜨린 줄 알았는데.
Hey, why you hitting Greg?
멀쩡한 장비가
You didn't do anything. Yeah, slay Kira. Slay Queen. Slay Queen.
관상체는 피해를
빰, 빰,
소멸하지
Wait, okay, that's
최대한 고통스럽게 만들어 보자고.
there's a higher chance of winning with that. I'm gonna use this. Who am I gonna use it on now? Well, if he's attacking that, I'm gonna use it. Oh shit, wait. Alright, that works. Do I have any more egos I could use? What about you? Oh. Wait, I don't want to use my ego for you. You're already negative sanity. What about Don Quixote? Hey, you know what? I could use that. I think that one's good, right? If I remember correctly, the passive is good. Ego, passive, game poise when defeating an enemy. Yeah. That's good. What else? Can I use anything else? I don't think so. Ishmael, no. And nothing for Yisong. Apparently Ishmael is using her S3 first? Alright then. Play, Queen! Oh, he didn't get him though. That's too bad.
그렇게 시원하게 처리하니 보는 맛이 나. 이 처리는 빠르게 하는.
I was gonna say, that didn't game end the bro? It did though, so good job.
해당 요원에 대한 평가를
관상체를 제압하는 건 우리만 전문하잖아.
곱게 접은 종이에 던졌으니 식구의 한해
I love how with this ego, it looks like Honglu's gonna go out and actually slash him, but he just summons a dragon instead that does it. Alright, so we did Honglu and Don.
도통 알아들을 수 없는 말투만 고치면 딱 좋겠어. 4번 수감자.
Let's see, looks like I could do one for Ryoshu. But what would I want to do for her? Where is Ryoshu? There you are. Ego. Passive. The unit's left most skill in the dash point inflicts double the bleed. Inflicting bleed. Inflict defense down. Oh, you know what? We can do hurting teddy bear. I don't want to do anything for Greg. I actually do it. No, I don't want to. As for I can't do anything for Yi-Song. What about Ryoshu? Nothing. All right, go. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Good, get him, Honglu. Yeah. That's a lot of damage. And even got the buff from his ego skill base.
자세가 무너졌네.
What does this hex nail look like? I don't think I've actually seen Ryoshu's hex nail before. Is that it? Okay, I guess that's it. All right then.
이번에도 멋지게 해냈네.
Yay, we did it.
칭찬을 들었겠어?
Is there a post cutscene?
좀더 멋지게 바꾸는데 일조할 거예요. 약지에
No, there is
감긴 세
not.
바퀴의 반지는 마에스트로가 되기 위해 인정받은 세 가지 작품을 뜻하죠.
Basement. Going in the bathroom.
지금 제 작품이 만인의 신금을 울리지는 못하더라도 여전히 반지에 부끄럽지 않은 작품.
마지막까지.
I always forget about that part being in there with Honglu. Once we dealt with the Favius, who invaded the Thumb Nurse Father's destroyed corridor, we left for the indexes, and ran into a few familiar faces waiting for us at our destination. Huh. Don't you guys have today off? Yeah, but I might as well come along. It's, you know, keeps on us while we're in the middle of something, so I decided that it might actually be more convenient for us to be with you in person. You're summoning the cut at the most unideal moment. Now, I know you were doing it on purpose. Well, 3 times you summoned me, I was leaning over snacks out with a bunch of whipped cream. Today I learned that blacking out and waking up to a me-shaped incident in a cake I was about to chow down doesn't make for a very relaxing break. Sorry about that. I should have checked in with you guys before summoning, but I'm still getting used to it. Okay, now you're being too sorry. No hard feelings here, you know. I'm tagging along because I need some exercise, that's all. I appreciate the additional employee assignments. Now, if you could share any information you know about yet another corridor? I hang out here all the time, so I know this place a little. There was this super clingy and annoying little... no. That wasn't the mask dude. There was, this other... Is there something you don't remember? Oh, right. Kira probably doesn't remember Sora. Sora? However, I don't think that name rings any bells for us either. Is that someone who used to live here? Yeah, well, Sora was the Index apprentice, so she probably lived here. False souls! The Index apprentice, oh, right out. Well, is it at the middle? The thumb and the ring each have apprentices, yet the Index and Pinky lack them. It would indeed be quite odd if a mere 3 of the 5 fingers kept an apprentice each, or trace on my recollections. Yet I find it like following a trail of odorless air, invisible and unreal. No, there was someone, but I can't. The representations of the Pinky and the Index apprentices are missing. No, to be more precise, a merciless blade has shredded and reduced them to intangible, formless. How refreshing to hear that the same impression from someone else rather than myself for once. As it seemed that I was the only one who remembers the 2 apprentices, I retraced back to our first meeting and briefly shared what I knew about Sora. Huh! She doesn't sound like a very forgettable character. Well, the Arya Shaki did cut her into ribbons.
It would explain why it feels as though I'm recalling a sequence of events, with a critical part missing in between.
I can almost imagine her giggling to herself like a creepy loner, and she probably wears glasses too, right? Like one of those gloomy introverts from anime? I say. So that's why it feels like I'm darting through each strand of a wave. Yoshu? Let's say the world's made of strings or threads, clock. With every single slash, this blade would be cutting through the flow of the strands that twine to compose one's existence. When an object is severed from or beyond repair, you'd think neither trace nor shape would be left of it. But now that you've pieced some of it together, it's almost. Instead of elaborating further, Yoshu fell silent again, save for the sound of the tip of her cigarette turning to ash, like she was recalling another incomplete memory. I guess she's trying to avoid over-speculating on what she doesn't know for sure. Damn, that totally breaks the meta. I had a vague idea of how it works, but this is the first time I'm hearing the deets. Papa had to go through 4 ramp-up stages and remove the seals to, like, make full use of his sword. Honestly, yours needs a train-off. Your sword totally powder creeps Papa's. Ugh, Dio, there's plenty already. Ah, so true. Guess slicing your memories away is one hell of a trade-off. Sorry. Okay, so I'm guessing you don't have anything to contribute for this corridor. I've got one. I don't know where it leads, but the index guy used it all the time.
Hopefully it doesn't drop us into an army of indexes.
They rarely gather in big groups. She said that's pretty unlikely. Ow! What was that for? Yoshu, wait, did you just hit me with that sword handle? I didn't do anything. But I saw it. I saw Ryoshu's scabbard, Arya suddenly jerking to the side. Pricing clear like it was annoyed by something. I won't SDSLSYLC until you can barely walk. I swear, this is slander. Whatever, Loki poked me so hard enough to bug my arm here. Well, I don't want to read too much into it, but Scabbard was rattling like it was irritated by something. Stop interpreting for her. This is why she won't stop making up these nonsense acronyms. She's making it worse. I gotta stop him from translating for her somehow. Arya? Wait, that voice just now, it sounded a lot like Arya's. Dante! You saw the two, right? Yoshu didn't do anything. Wait, really? It really wasn't her? No. Then it's this side did. To be fair to Sinclair and no one else, but I saw in full detail how the scabbard came to be. Which means that he couldn't imagine in his wildest dreams that the scabbard poked him out of its own volition. Doesn't seem like any of the sinners heard that voice either. Damn, you guys bully him a lot, huh? Well, the line's been long overdue for those schmack-up nugget. We should head inside. Let's not keep Alon waiting. He directed us toward an almost disturbingly normal wooden door, so featureless that I could have mistaken it for any of the dozens of doors we walked past in other nests. We were greeted by a whiff of stale, musty air the moment we walked through the door. I think this leads to a basement. Wow, really, Dante? You don't say. What made you think that? Also, what's up with the goat man behind him? Bro got goat feet, and emerged to what appeared to be like an almost dungeon-like a basement area. Whenever the meth unked beeper rang, he'd walk through this door. So, who are they? The index. Signs of life. There were people living down here up until just a few hours ago. Why are you here, papers lips? We were only executing the prescript. I've had it with these prescripts. Though at least yours don't make annoying beeps. The basement was stocked up with shelf-stable and non-perishable food. And the cells were all completely empty, save for what looked like a makeshift bathroom in each of them. It is unlikely that this dungeon was used to imprison individuals of varying features that may be required to complete a prescript. Seriously? This room seems to have been used for something worse than simple incarceration. Among Faust's conjectures is that the captives were conditioned in body and mind in various ways to match the prescript's liking. Ugh. Sounds like that guy was just as crazy as the rest of them. Wait! That staircase right there leads up! Let's check out what's... Freaking annoying, man! Like, are you doing? You cannot enter through this door. Oh, I see. Another griefer body blocking the doorway. Noof, I need to see something. The will of the prescript forbids you. You cannot enter through this door. What do we do? Is it worth forcing our way in there? They seem pretty adamant about not letting us in.
I'd prefer if you stayed as far as possible from anything that has to do with the gods. I mean, prescripts. But nothing in this basement gives me any indication as to where the door connects to. Otis is right. We're gonna have to get upstairs somehow if we want to get an idea where this door leads. If Rianne's been using the basement, then I'd like to see what's upstairs. Honestly, learning that this door connects to some basement is more than enough intel to cross it off the list. Still, this has anything to do with Ryoshu's memories. Alright then, let's push through. Executing your command, Executive Manager.
The will of the prescript is absolute. Is it though? The will of the prescript shall happen. I don't think so, man. No.
아니야. 마이너
빠르게
아르카나
처리하지.
정도겠지? 조심해. 마이너라고 해도 생각보다 강할 수 있으니까. 내가 응원해줄게.
Man, it feels so awesome having several teams built up now.
해냈구나.
So we can actually, like, use several different identities. Other than the Haisho Pack ones that took so long, but I'm finally there.
40. 먹지.
공격성 진단 장치에서 비효율적 정리 방식을 감지했습니다. 다른 방식을 고려해 보시는 것을 권장합니다.
훌륭한 단말만해요.
I love Haguru. He's so handsome.
내가 말했지.
어디에서도 볼 수 없을
복집팀은 나름대로 바쁜 곳으로.
Yeah! I was a little worried that Donna Quixote might actually not win that clash, but she did. Yippee!
마지막으로 남길 말? 거기서 지켜보시죠.
You know, it's actually really interesting, though, that we have yet to learn anything new about Maruso so far. Although we have learned more about Otis. She apparently calls the prescript the will of the gods. Does she? So obviously she knows something about the prescript. She knows something more about it than the rest of the sinners do. So if it's the will of the gods, does that mean that like an abnormality is giving the commands? An abnormality with like foresight?
마지막으로 남길 말은?
어중간한 예술은.
Although issue with the prescript though is that, well,
좀더 어설플 거라고 생각했거든.
I don't know. Well, it seems like most of the time.
상황이 끝나면
How do you
지피렉스에게
put it?
방금 상황 녹화되어 있냐고 물어봐.
It seems like they really can't ignore the prescript.
이 일에 토끼 따위의 흉내도 필요하지 않다는 거.
I worded that really poorly.
만들어두길 잘했네. 그렇긴 해.
엎드리도록.
So if the prescript is absolute, that must mean that everything that is, every order that is given through it is given out for a reason, even if it means that these guys are basically throwing their lives away, because, I mean, come on. They ain't gonna win. Surely the prescript knows they're not gonna win.
지금이다. 해골 바가지 거미 대가리.
Yeah! I love that S3 animation. One of my favorites. Maybe I shouldn't have done
4번
방금 돌격.
That ego.
다음에 다른 개체 얘기도 다시 해봐줄래?
After all, that one's not. I don't think that one has a good passive.
직원에게도 도움이 될지도
From my memory. My memory says that passive is mid.
너희들의 사랑의 힘이, 빛의 힘이 저 어둡고 악한 아르카나들을 뒤흔들었어.
What is Yisong's passive do?
승리도 시간만 주겠지?
When next turn, gain 3 bind and deal 20% damage when attacking with an attack. Oh. Well, it doesn't really matter. This is a focus encounter? Weird.
빠르게 처리하지. 자세가 무너졌니? 자비에 감사하도록. 그간의
이번에도
전투 경험이
잘해줬어.
쓸모가 없진 않아.
유익한 책이 또 하나 늘었네.
적합한
What's Arya?
시에는
것이었습니다.
내가 모르는
What the
것들.
are you doing? What's up there? You may speak to me casually, Arya, but in the presence of other apprentices, perhaps you should find it preferable to mimic the tone of the Dihustar. Come on, it's not like I want to be the Dihustar. Just let me do whatever I want while I'm here. Certainly, you have a point. So, what's up there? Up the stairs. I'm not sure myself. I've never been upstairs. Aren't you even a little curious? Why bother peeling back the heavens to see what is beyond? Those wanting of yearning needn't raise their heads skyward. Am I seeing Arya's memories? Look, what did you say? I'm not sure, but now we've got another reason to check what's upstairs. Yeah, I mean, hey, we got Oh, bro got slashed like a bear over there. If we're seeing Arya's memories, though, that's interesting. They're within 10 turns. Okay, easy. Ryoshu. No! He's gone! No! I cry. My bonus. My bonus resources. Whee!
열차내
Oh, hey, we can ring
정지요원에게
rate.
안내 말씀드립니다.
Oh, look at her. She's so
현재
pretty.
특정 객실에서 소요 사태가 발생했습니다.
One of the prettiest identities in the
신속한
game.
처치를 부탁드립니다.
찍었네.
Oh, hey, you got an S3 in turn 1. Cool.
괜찮아. 그것까지 신경 쓰는 건 힘들었겠지.
I know, cheesed. You know, I meet someone and I'm cheesed to meet them. That's why the authorities cannot find evidence to make the charges stick. The case goes cold.
모범적인 청소 방식을 확인했습니다. 인사부서에 해당 요원에 대한 평가를 송신합니다.
먹지.
공격성 진단 장치에서 비효율적 정리 방식을 감지했습니다. 다른 방식을 고려해 보시는 것을 권장합니다.
Let's see, 2 out of... Alright. That gives me slightly better... Actually, that gives me pretty good odds. That's a neutral. What about this? Oh, that actually gives me good odds too. Alright, cool. We'll do that.
점 찍었네.
I didn't even notice for deepen skill it actually changes like the opponent's skill. The opponent's coins as well. Sometimes, depends. Pretty awesome that Kira's just helping us out the entire time. Oh man, it's stupid I don't got the Ishmael ID. We could have like technically 2 Kiras on field. Bing bang bing bang.
합격장.
방금 멋졌어. 너희들의 사랑의 힘이, 빛의 힘이 저 어둡고 악한 아르카나들.
Hey, Ryoshi, you're supposed to avoid that.
이대로면 승리도 시간 문제겠지?
Okay. 3 out of 11. 5 out of 11. 3 out of 11. 3 out of 13. 3 out of 12. 12 out. Ooh. Yeah, I want to do that then. Can I? No, I cannot. What about you? Nope. You? Nope. You? Nope. You? Nope. Wait. Oh. Wait a minute. How many enemies? Do I even want to do that though? Nah. I'd rather not take the damage. All right, we'll try this out. I only ever want to use that Gregory ego if he's like the last one in turn. Well, I could have had someone else try and take the hit though. So oh well. That's my stake for kind of forgetting I can do that. You song, bro. How'd you feel every single coin toss, dude? El Riz, bro. Don't make that noise. Hey, yo.
매뉴얼을 만들어두길 잘했네. 그렇게만 해.
Alright, Greg is unopposed here. I can use this now. And let's see, that would heal her on a hit if I used her base, so I'm not gonna.
No, running, no, Yoshu! Stop failing your clashes! You need to win them!
Be more like Yisong and win them. See, look, he even had 3 coins there. Be more like our boy Yisong.
눈부시지 않다 두려워하지 마.
느껴졌어? 내가 너희를 위해서 주문을 외웠는데.
What do you have here?
잘 걸린 것 같아.
What does Centipede do?
자, 지금 싸워보는 거야.
Ego, Centipede, passive, sinking or sinking potency. You don't have that. Who are you clashing with? You're clashing with them. Rodion, you only have your base. I gotta wait for that for a minute. Scabbard to stack now. I don't know why I even bother looking at that. It's not like I can actually use any of those. Or even, it's not like I should even bother using any of those. Oh, hey, she healed. Cool. Lamau, you missed.
도시에서는 누구도 자유롭지 못해. 저 손님이라고 예외는 아니겠지.
Nope, don't want to use that. Honglu, do I want to use that? Yeah, sure, I'll use that for Honglu. Don't want to use you. What about Rodion? Lead? No. Alright, it's good.
Yay, she won her class. Good girl.
Man, that's a flashy S2. I like it. Way to go, Paul.
remain one step. Boy, sheepy shit.
흐릿한 등화, 곱게 접은 종이에 번졌으니 식구의 한해 용이 되어.
Okay, damage. For across like 3 units.
나라도
No.
됐을 거야.
No, Ishmael, no. Why can't you do anything right?
방금 공격. 다음에
무기를
다른
만드는
실수에도
것만큼
다시 해봐줄래?
내가 어버이보다
영상으로
뛰어나지.
남기면 다른 직원에게도 도움이 될지도 몰라.
I don't even have 2 fires. 1 out of 9 versus 4 out of 12. 7 out of 19. Other way. What does this say? Don Quixote Heartblood art. Oh, interesting. She learned an art from Don Quixote. Coolio.
퇴장 시간이 되었답니다. 그럼
Very cool.
안녕히.
매우 효과적인 청소입니다.
이번에도 잘해줬어.
워프 열차 연산 시스템은
유익한 책이
해당
또 하나
행동의
늘어나.
약 14%의 정리 기여도가 있음을
도시에는 내가
판단했습니다.
모르는 것들이 많.
Kind of a letdown when they were body blocking the door like there was some big secret behind it.
Right? Looks just like any other average family home.
Ugh. Oh man, I get cleanups a chore, but people should at least dust their home once in a while.
A thick layer of dust covering every surface and the blotchy wallpaper made it clear that no one's been living here for a good while. Whichever family lived here must have had a child. Look, there's our drawings and dolls too. Oh, it seems like the place has been abandoned for quite a while. Could something bad have happened in here?
Yeah, something must have happened in here that caused the family to flee, and they never got to return.
Yeah, well, I should have evidence suggesting that. The door open, the single shoe just lying around.
So someone fled from home for some reason, never returned. I don't know, it's kind of hard to narrow down the cause. It really could have been anything.
Are you searching for something in particular, Ryoshu?
Yes, but it doesn't seem to be her. Every framed photo is side beyond their decision. And whatever documents there were have been torn to shreds. Kinda like my memories. So this wasn't where he escaped to, huh?
The index nurse father, Rien. The last time we saw him, he fled the house via the corridor after suffering a severe wound at Ryoshu's hand. If by some miracle he survived, there's a chance he'd come after Ryoshu again, but something about our last encounter led me to believe that it was the last time Ryoshu would ever see him.
This is... Do you recognize this drawing?
I mean, do you recognize this drawing? I found myself hoping to see Ryoshu's piece together another memory. She'd been recalling new details all day whenever something caught her attention. Sadly, she responded by softly shaking her head.
No. I don't.
Womp womp. Okay, that was a surprisingly short dialogue scene. I was expecting way more yapping.
Damn.
That's a lot of resources. Hey yo.
지금 제 작품이 만인의 신금을 울리지는 못하더라도
What is this? Is this the last stage?
여전히
Hangul, can you not do that to me? That always spooks me every time, man.
선보이고 있는 것 같네요.
Is this a dungeon? Alright, come on, Ryoshu. Yes! Yes! Life is Daijobun. Life is Daijobun. Yes!
기다려라, 거대. 곧 먹이를 먹여주지.
After leaving Rien's quarters, we explored the Index's corridors for a while, but didn't find anything that could help piece Ryoshu's memories back together. Great work. Now that leaves just the Pinky Nurse Father's corridor. But that room didn't have any back doors for us to explore. There were countless more in the adjacent corridor, but our guideline makes it a bit difficult to delve into each and every one of them right away. Which means that our work here is done. Thank you for your assistance, Dante.
Ah, okay. Glad we could help. Dante replies they're happy to have been assistance.
Well then, it's been a pleasure.
After a brief round of handshakes, Alon returned to the forward base. We probably should have done the same, but... Want to take a look around here anyway? Sure.
As we had more business here than simply checking the doors, we decided to stay a little longer and investigate the Pinky's corridor.
The picky nurse father's room had a peculiar structure. Each door we opened led to a room identical in shape to the previous one. Even though I was certain we traversed through quite a few rooms, we somehow found ourselves back at the starting point. There are some small design differences between each room that help to tell them apart, but it's difficult to tell which is which unless we look really hard at every detail. Where are we now?
The kitchen? How do you know that? I've been here before. Someone ghosted me after promising to watch Fixer clips together. So I thought I'd come visit. It's someone y'all have met too, I think. It was, must be another one who was severed by the Arishiki. Damn! You might be right.
His name was Ren, the Pinky Apprentice. I tick-tocked, but no one here really seemed to have anything to say to that. I suppose that only makes sense. After all, his existence registered to no one here but me. So, when you shed back a K-Corp that you'd cooked before, you were talking about a dish, huh?
Yep. I used to perform intense culinary artistry here.
Your scabbard's shaking.
The reviews are glaring. One of them was Lyum, meaning yeah, unbelievably mouth-watering.
The scabbard, Arya was definitely shaking from side to side in a valiant effort to deny Ryoshi's claim. Must have been pretty damn bad, huh? I'm having a hard time believing her, if you ask me. What do you usually make?
Boxed lunch. Boxed lunch that kids might bring to grade school, with sausages cut like octopuses and tamagotchi.
A bit simple to be intense culinary artistry, don't you think?
IF. Didn't you know? There's nothing like a school lunchbox rivalry. So I want octopus sausages, tamagoyaki, and why are we making sausages out of an octopus? No, I mean sausages cut like octopuses. And why are we cutting sausages into octopus shapes? 'Cause it's the dwarves, that's why. Something like this. What's that? Sausage carved into an octopus shape. Didn't miss a single suction cup. Come on! I didn't mean like a real life octopus. There's gotta be adorbs, okay? Isn't it the S-Day once it goes down the gullet? Why is this so important? Shut up, Arya. Hold on. I gotta look at that. Look at that knife. Ooh, snazzy.
Yoshi's apron isn't even covering her fully. I thought, isn't your apron supposed to like cover you up to like your here, up to here? Then again, though, she's wearing boobs. She's wearing boobs. She has boobs. Then again, Arya also has it that way. Maybe it's just different culture.
But mommy, there's nothing like a school lunchbox rivalry. Huh? You're doing your weird acronyms again, aren't you? It means I don't understand. Ugh. That's when you say IDK! Mom, SMH!
These must be some of the happiest memories Ryoshi and Arya shared. The sinners, me and Arya, even as a scabbard, could imagine recalling them full. But for Yoshu, the most important part of those memories remained sliced away. Still, if we continue to piece more and more of our memories together by going over these places... Do you want to check out what's upstairs, too? As soon as I asked, however, the sinner's footsteps came to a simultaneous stop.
Wait.
Hang on, Clockhead. Don't open the door just yet. I looked back and found Kira and Heathcliff poised to fight, hands on their weapons. This way, manager. And Mariso, who realized what that indicated, yanked me to the back of the line. And in mere moments.
So, there was someone guarding those whips. Figures they'd send more than fodder to the house of spiders.
Stinks of wet dog. The claws of a massive paw slashed through where we had just been standing. Wolf mask?
It really is a maestro. It really is as Maestro Emil Benoit said. This place is already occupied. If you would be so kind as to help me with the directions. Is this where Mr. Caliso's art is located?
A question came from a woman who appeared from one of the doors that led to a different corridor. She was wearing a wolf mask, and unlike the Favis we had encountered thus far, She seemed to make it a point to speak and act with decorum, but the subtle hint of violence in her voice quickly betrayed this air of fox sympathy. Sure, you're at the right address, lady. Rubba Unksa, stuffing in this particular part of the house. Find a different corridor. Yes, I am aware, but I am not here looking for his creations, which are easily mistaken for mass-produced garbage. I could feel her intense gaze, even though her face was obscured by the mask. There was no doubt that her eyes were bearing down on Ryoshu. Suddenly, I was reminded of what Rien said moments before he fled through the corridor. We let them observe us too freely. But what? What is that? The Favis got to confirm a lot of important intel, including the fact that the House of Spiders has fallen. Now, Ryoshu currently has possession of the Aryashiki. They want Ryoshu for themselves, whether she's completed or not. Ryoshu as she is now. Isn't that intriguing for once? My name is Rufo Yoshihide, the blade coveted by the 5 feet. She's fucking hot. Oh my god. Oh my god, mommy. Oh my god. Oh my god. I gotta compose myself. Master Callisto's China posthumous masterpiece. As I does need a favorism, please allow me the human honor the escort of you, the honor of escorting you to our gallery. Oh, do I want to? Don't see the point in hanging out with the people in these unaesthetic AM. As expected, Ryoshu declined Rufo's request with a curt reply, and Arya too rattled angrily in the Sen's general direction. Then, I'm afraid my only remaining option is to rely on our usual method of ushering. How are our odds? I don't know. She's probably tougher than me at maxed out stats. Really? The shape of her ring suggests that she is a docent of the School of Fascism. Her position is comparable to that of the capo of the thumb or a big sibling of the middle. Hey, welcome in, Sharon. Unfortunately for you, I have no candy. You're gonna have to ask Virgilius for some more. He might have a few scraps left for you. Verily, that maketh a foe who mace a path even Ricardo's might, or with a stroke of ill fortune even lay hand. I think I'm on the final part for 9.5 intermission. Thou she's anywhere near as strong as lay hand. Now the chances are it's sure them. Half or more? I like the odds. Half or more. Dude, really? Outmoded has been. Why seek out the art of a has been? The oldest time. It was a descent met with much confusion from the outset. To ensure such a momentous project in the hands of one such Callisto, why, everyone agrees that it is no less foolish than casting that pearl before swine. And they were quite on point with that assessment. His ouvrier, recovered from the house, are more tools than art. The sort that the likes of the workshop maesters might assemble. No self-respecting maestro would create such mundanities and call them art. Now, I must ask for your forgiveness for presuming that you might be no different from the rest of his work. But what I observe above his room completely changed my perspective. The scorched corridor, the fertility with which you've scarred the walls and the floor, as though a frenzied beast had torn through them. There is but one tool that could possibly have left such marks behind. Welcome in, Sharon. Sorry, no candy for you. At least not from me. I think Virgilius has a couple more pieces for you. At least you've got the vegetable eye for art. Yoshihide, I ask if you ever considered appearing art of a more elevated beauty? It will be an experience that departs from the dilapidated remnant that dubs itself corporism. A movement so constrained by its obsession over the human corpus that, once it had depleted all meaning it had to offer, it began piling on empty definitions unto itself. Fauvism is a movement that has broken from the traditional mold, unfettered like a beast that roams free. I dare ourselves to ask questions that challenge the mind. What is man? What are things? What does it mean to trace origin? How do we define that which we call le fauve? What are the subject matters that led us fauves into the field of fertile creativity? Should you, a wielder of that relic, enter the mode of our moment, it will lay your work with such an unrelenting spectrum of colors that will be destined to leave an unforgettable impression in the annals of history. In other words, what we can offer you will be much greater worth than what you may have learned from a teacher like Listo. Never considered him my teacher, but the real one anyway. Finding beauty among the carnage of blood and flesh is a lesson I learned on my own. And yes, I know enough about your movement. Maybe I consider some of the other works created by your school acceptable. At least among the rings art. Or not. I can't remember. Then will you? But I don't know. I don't know what makes your art more elevated than the one I pursue. The one you pursue? Then the sight you claim to have seen clue you in. Oh, it did. I do understand. Your art may appear to be no more than unchecked chaos at a glance, but upon closer observation, it reveals a fierce, dominant force that threads the entire scene together with its keenness as a connecting suture. Your blade work, too, shows such multi-layeredness. Mere keenness often entails mundanity, yet you have transcended such a limit by scorching the tail end of each slash. Truly, a unique aesthetic sense. I believe I have sufficiently understood the full extent of the artistic merit imbued in that scene. No, you didn't. Lesser painters like you are such mediocrities they fail to recognize the beauty that lies in the grotesque. They do little beyond painting the hell reflected in their eyes and call that chilliness hell's beauty. The sorrow can dance into a cry held in an instant, wrath unbound for the yoke of reason, the fading gleam of despair in the hewn. You give no thought to what each of those emotions signifies instead of obsessing over the curiosity qualities of what is beheld. Let me teach you otherwise. Pay attention, because I want for you another long-winded least one. Yes, you're ready for scabbard. Puntillis, Flavis, Supremists, Blaverdictators, Cubis. I visited my share of the Rings galleries, heard their commentaries, but none of them were to my liking. Your heart is overcomplicated pile of definitions, buried under symbols, caked in patchworks of empty shells. And you and your art are both don't do damn much. Just like Callistos kept trying to take from other movements, while seeing meaning where there was none. Access is easy, anyone can do it. What's beyond most is making it succinct, the art of abbreviation. Alas, if all is one by one abbreviated away, nothing remains in its absence, making the void left behind complete bereft of meaning. No, the void is what remains. It holds things that can't be found anywhere else. What is this? A minimalist manifesto? Yes, welcome to modern art, Rufio. Welcome to modern art. People will put a ceiling fan, not even a ceiling fan. People will put a air conditioner in a box and be like, yes, modern art. Modern art. It has le sad story, therefore le modern art. Le sad story equals le great art. No, my aesthetics go beyond the pursuit of simplicity. I pursue the natural germination of artistic immaculacy, a state of perfection wherein further abbreviation is an impossibility. Sangria. A bit abstract, isn't it? Too removed, too plain, with a distinct lack of any meaning, striking qualities. Wop wop, cry about it. Welcome to modern art. What exactly is it that elevates your art above that of Fauvism? Paint us. We are the stubborn sort that mere words can't convince. Indeed, there is no discipline more subjective than that of art. Discourse concerning its nature makes it for days on end. It will not change the fact that unseen arts are meaningless, pretentious illusions at the end of the day. Then I suppose I'll have to cover it right into your eyes. Please do. though I'm afraid it may be overshadowed by the sheer vibrancy of my aesthetics. I, a dulcet orderly favoritism, shall presently welcome to my critique session. Hey, we're gonna finally fight the boss. Finally. I've only fought her like 4 times in Mirror Dungeons, and I've already understand that she sucks. Alright. Alright, that's better. What about this? That's better. What about this? That's better. Alright, yeah, looks good, it's good. So when they go into the second phase, does that mean our Ryoshi here is gonna like go scabbard mode? Unleash her scabbard? Because they reveal that in the trailer that Ryoshi does use her scabbard. Or maybe that's for imagine that's just foreshadowing for the future. Nah, but they have to have it. Like it's gonna absolutely be used here. There's no way it wouldn't be. That'd be too corny if it didn't happen. Hanlu, come on, man. You know what? I'm okay with neutrals. I'll deal with neutrals. Favored, I'm okay with a favored. Unopposed. Oh man, he's the same speed. That's not good for us. Oh shite! You know what? I don't have a Faust in here. Actually, no, we have Gregor. We have Gregor. Gregor has a heal ego on him, just in case we need it. I'm hoping that we won't need it, but we do have that in case, just in case. I'm hoping to use his Arknight's collab ego though, because I can tell there's gonna be a long battle. Wow, nice 13 damage with that 3-coin skill. Okay, way to go, Yusang. Very cool. Bro, why is everyone failing their clashes, man? Come on, do better. At least Ryoshu's not.
그간의 전투 경험이 쓸모가 없진 않았군요. 적합한 조치였습니다.
Having Kieran here is gonna help us out a lot, though. Okay. Well, that's that, and this is this.
이래서 장비는 속성별로 준비해달라고 부탁해놨었지. 적재적소했으니까 이만큼 효율적인 일도 없잖아.
Nice damage, Kira. Nice. Even stun him too. Nice. That's a lot of damage.
거기서 지켜보시죠.
I wonder if Matthias is going to be the next identity release. You know, seeing as he was shown off in this with unique art, imagine that's like, I'm certain Matthias is going to be Heathcliff. It'd be a little strange if Matthias happens to be Muriso. That wouldn't make sense to me. No! He got stunned! Not the Greg! What the fuck? Okay, she's destroying everybody. Oh! No! Is this supposed to be happening?
패잔병같이 무릎을 꿇고 있을 때인가 13번 수감자. 평소처럼 넉살 좋게 같이
I don't think that
상황을
was supposed to
개선해
happen.
보시지.
기계처럼
that.
대본에 적힌 대로
try that again.
대로 성공하는 걸 원했다면 그 사람의 계획을 망치지도 않았어. 실패해도 괜찮아.
I have a feeling we were supposed to clash with that, and none of us did. Struggling. Okay. Okay.
어디에서도 볼 수 없을 색채로.
분열을 만들어두길 잘했네. 그렇다면
So it seemed like only Ryoshu clashed with it though, which is not a good thing. Maybe that's why this one always like messes me up. Is because I always hit win rate, and I never manually like select what to clash with, even though you're kind of supposed to.
새삼스럽지만 꽤 괜찮네.
Uh-oh.
제법이야.
Okay. Okay, you saw him. Good job. All right, yeah, way better start. We're winning way more clashes this time at the very beginning of the battle. Oh, not Greg though. That's all right though. We did okay there. Okay, good job. Okay, good job, Don. Good job. Ouch. All right, yeah, way better chances this time round. Hey, yo, Kalisto Hong Lu got his S3 on turn 2. Very nice. And he's gonna stun that guy. Very cool. Perhaps I should have saved the S3 for next turn, though. Ouch. That only hurt me mentally. Not so much physically, though. Not into the backtrack. Not into the OST for this boss fight. Oh yeah. Alright, we're winning our clashes this time around. This is definitely way better. Last run was terrible. A terrible start. Stiletto!
다음에 다른 개체에게도 다시 해봐줄래?
Uh-oh.
영상으로 남기면 다른 직원에게도
No, Ryoshi, no! Alright, actually, they did not do that much damage, which is a surprise. Okay, so... Wait, unopposed? Wait, what do you mean unopposed? Huh? Okay, I don't understand. If target has Clash Power plus 6. If target has Plint Vibrant, Clash Power plus 6 and deal 100% damage. If target is equipped defense skills, well... Oh. Okay, if target has equipped defense skills while having Clash Power plus 6. Okay. So... But all these are unopposed, though. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Well, I think it looks like I just need to do all these. I don't have any other choice. Vibrant. What is Pellant Vibrant? Not many people, just Ryoshu. It looks like it, but I can't clash with any of those other ones, so I'm just gonna use my defense skills. That seems to be the only choice I have, at least, is to use my defense skills. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Good job. All right. Yep. All right. That's okay. All right. Well, that was easy. Figured out how to compete against that. Just on the blue turn, I have to use my defense skills. Now, when she goes to her second form, though, that's when I gotta start paying attention.
이미 우리는 손에 많은 피를 묻혔잖아.
Oh yeah, and way better. I can't use anything for you. I don't want to use anything for you. Actually, Gregor, I shouldn't even bother looking at. Don Quixote, no. Ishmael, no. I think you're, what's it called? What is the the passive for the tidal energy? Excuse me. If there is just a single enemy, this unit's leftmost attack skill in the dashboard gains +1 clash power. Oh, that's really good. No wonder why I constantly see Ishmael using that. Or that passive coming up when I use that ego. That's a really universal that's a universal ego passive for certain.
방금 멋졌어. 너희들의 사랑의 힘이, 빛의 힘이 저 어둡고 악한 아르카나들을 뒤흔들었어. 이대로면 승리도 시간 문제겠지?
Yeah, go Ishmael, slay queen. Nice. Now, how long is this battle gonna drag out for, though? What is gonna make it go by faster?
여기까지 와서 망설일 생각을 하지 않았으면 좋겠어. 사람을 죽이고 싶지 않았다면 너희도 세피라들도 처음부터 거래를 하지 말았어야지.
Okay, I don't really have to worry about those attacks. Neutral! 4 out of 12. 4 out of 14. I'll use that. I'll use her defense skill there. Each song actually. What about your egos? I don't recall what those are offhand. Char on hit against an enemy that has a lower speed. Inflict +1 rupture. That's okay. Inflict +1 burn potency and seek potency with its US base skills. For every enemy killed due to a burn. So actually it looks like Metal Shredder is the best thing to have. Alright, go for it. Yeah!
매우 효과적인 청소입니다.
Mercy?
시스템은 해당 행동의 약 14%의 정리 기여도가 있음을 판단했습니다.
So, at least Hong Lui here should get his 5 coin on like turn 5, I think. Did we really have to drain her health to that low? Oh, okay. Her defense is going down every turn too, which helps. That's good to know. Lol, you missed. You suck. Even when she hits her into the air, she still do nothing. Okay. Oh man, we have your S3 on this turn. That sucks for me. Okay. So what do you want to do? I think this one's the only one you can clash with, right? All right. Since we have Honglu's S3, wait, can I not? Oh, I can only clash with that one. All right, whatever. Weird. Wait, what? Oh. Wait, do you have... Okay. That's weird. You know what? Do this. Don't I want to do that, though? Yeah, it's a risk to win that. Okay. So, does that mean hopeless? Do we want to do that? Dominating? Okay. That's weird. I understand. Alright, so I have to do these in, like, order. Neutral. I don't want to cope. Alright. So, technically, we get 3 attacks this turn. Unless... Ooh, can I... That's dominating Pog. I don't want to do anything for you, Greg. That does... Alright, never mind. I don't want to do that. Okay, so only 2 people won't be winning their clashes. Well, 2 people won't be clashing. That's weird. So I have to clash with these going from like left to right.
회장
Oh,
시간이
shit.
되었답니다.
Man, did I even need? Man, did I?
그럼 안녕히.
I didn't even need to use my egos there, but okay. Oh wait, I thought we were gonna go into second phase. Are we not?
색색이 화물하고. 아예.
Are we not gonna go into second phase after doing this damage, or no? Nope. Okay, I guess it's gonna let it go through first. Oh, never mind. Bro, I need a piss.
지압 개츠가 흔들리고 있어. 다들 조금만 더 힘내자.
4 out of 14. No, 14. Alright, you know what? We're gonna give this one a try, Yi-Song. Hopefully you win. I will copium if you don't. That's the only choice I got, really.
점 찍었네.
워프 열차 연산 시스템이 정리 방식의 선택이 적절했음을 판단했습니다. 훌륭합니다.
아차! 자, 빌어보세! 이 돌이 기꺼이 그대에게 가서 맡기를! 자! 핫!
지금을 쪼개어 1차, 편의들에 비추어진 미래를 쪼개어 다시 2차. 하지만 언젠가 깨어지겠어. 기억고 일순, 모든 걸 들어모아 3천대천.
Alright, how'd we do? Alright, looks like we're doing great.
당한 이유가 있겠지. 기대하고 있겠습니다, 단테.
빠르게 처리하지.
거기서 지켜보시죠.
Alright, now the music's ramping up. I'm into it. I'm digging it. I am digging it. Everybody knows.
나라도 그렇게 했을 테지. 이만하면 훌륭하군요.
But Virgilius, you're size 12.
up.
Clean up an iron 12. The most annoying thing about this boss is that she just has so many is that every attack that she has is unbreakable skill. Unbreakable coin. Kira, why are you attacking? There we go.
임파스터.
이걸로 직원들의 목숨이 조금이나마 더 연장되었을 거야. 여기서
Who is this
만족해도
clashing with?
아무도 관리자님을
Kira.
탓하지 않을 거란 소리지.
How do I let Kira win though? Or let Kira deal with it? Well, maybe I can't. Neutral. Ooh, that's not good. Can we get something better than neutral? Favored? Okay, favored. What about dominating? Can we get a dominating? Struggling. Neutral. Dominate a pog. Okay, that's a dominating. Alright. Everyone else hit her with that. Hit him with your big cock. I said hit him with that big cock. surprised Ryoshi's gonna be dominating with that one, but you know what? You know what? We take these wins.
아름다운 춤을 추는 건 나뿐이어야 해. 그러니 네 발목을 잘라버리면.
She'll be the only one dancing once her ankles are gone.
관리자님은 그래도 어디에 누구누구처럼 직원들을 사지로 내모진 않는다.
Oh no, she's doing a whole lot of nothing. Oh, actually, okay, that hurt a little bit.
모두가 말한 대로 방어적인 대응은 확실히 전면전보다
Oh no,
피해는 적고.
6 out of 16. What about this?
이래서
Yeah, we gotta deal with the neutral for
환상체계도
Unroshu there.
친절한 대응 아닌가?
Hey, no, I don't have any greens. I don't got any orange. I don't got any yellows. I have a lot of oranges. I could use some heals, but I don't have anybody that can be healed that can heal right now. But we are stacking a bunch of debuffs onto her, and we are winning in that form. We might be able to out-damage her before she game ends one of our allies. Yeah, get him, Kira! She calls out her attacks like an anime protagonist too, based Sigmar. Oh no, she did a whole 4 damage. Ooh.
40. 먹지.
Good damage?
이래서
Next turn we'll get her.
준비해달라고 부탁해왔었지.
Oh, maybe this turn because Rosie's a nice owl. Nah, next turn. That was good damage though. Great job. Oh.
보세요, 관리자님.
I don't know what she did there, but I'm not a fan of it.
직원이 되었어요. 이번엔 도움이 됐을까요?
All right, yeah, we'll use Gregor's there just in case. I think we'll be fine, but I'm gonna put Gregor's arm just on just in case if we. Kind of funny seeing Rodion attack. Oh. Wait, seriously, that was it? What about Ryoshi and the Arashiki? What? She even pulled out of its sheath. Wait, what? That's not it. That's not it. Okay. That's not the end of the intermission. All right. Say, you're already looking much better with those superfluous animal parts removed. Seems founding your own movement? I already answered that. But, only time. Under the Father's ring. At least you can fully cultivate your movement. Perhaps. I don't suppose words have any meaning now. The docent raised her giant arm, as though to strike us in her foul act of defiance, and slammed it down upon the door we entered through instead. All I can do is buy time for. Mid-sentence, the docent suddenly went limp like a marionette whose strings were cut. Dear, and here I thought at least our last words are going to be succinct. Ah, thus we have made foes with yet another finger, the ring. That's not doom and gloom already, fellas. We've been officers of all our fingers and all our own for the first time, didn't we? That is just a pretty definite win. All on your own, huh? Come on, bro. I was fighting my ass off out there. Gregor has a point. The outcome of this battle would not have changed by a significant margin, even if you had not been here, Kira. This is more like it. Don't have to freak out over a mere BB anymore. Long as we're with Bloch.
Don't start congratulating yourselves for achieving the bare minimum. Those who celebrate over so small an occasion don't deserve to stand beside the executive man.
Well, I guess this isn't impressive at all to people who used to be much stronger, like Otis or Don Quixote. For they, speaking not such folly, for the joy of my compatriots mine own. Have you any inkling as to why she might have, in her final moments, elected to demolish the door? Right? It's not like we're a shortage of doors in here. I really debate the logical thought process of someone who was 2 seconds away from dropping dead. Come on, let's get out of here so we can bring everyone else up to date. Can I just leave this room? Ishmael walked out through the door we'd enter through and appeared from behind us. Ah, shit! Where'd the exit go? Don't tell me the exit changes every single time someone walks through it. No, can't be that easy. I am barred from enjoying the fresh air of the world outside. No longer free to travel the mountains and cliffs as my feet would carry me, as the other members of the Pinky are. I wish to no avail that I should be allowed to weave the delineations of wings and back streets. Ah, so this is what she meant. The back door through which we traverse is a passage to the corridor, the one called the Index Nose Follow. Across the broken door, we might, however, it avails us but a brief jaunt. The Pinky Nose Follow is a corridor. Our forward returns us to this room. Room's now locked in a loop without the starting point. Not matter what door we open. Is there anything we can do? As a rescue team will arrive in time. As this location adheres to the regular flow of time. Unlike the warp train, it will be approximately between a week or two from the present before we can return. That's pretty long. Wow. The first problem we're going to have to deal with is food. As far as I'm aware, we should be good to go at least 3 days. Thanks to Rodia. So let's... I didn't bring any snacks. It's not like we're gonna walk into one of the Elcor branches or a dungeon. So... yeah, that makes sense. Looks like we're gonna have to give this room a thorough search. Then... no need. If there's no exit, we cut open our own.
What about the part where it goes into your memories too? Deal with that yet?
No, the sword it still clears up my memories with every slash. Don't know what memory will slice away this time. It'll be something decent. Oh dear.
Oi, wait! Don't be so bloody rash about it!
Other than me, no one but Heathcliff still remembers the person he holds in the loving depths of his heart. Ever since the day of the Sepia Tempest, memory took on a special, precious meaning to Heathcliff. Heathcliff suddenly reached out and grabbed Ryoshu's arm. Though Ryoshu and Heathcliff's circumstances were undoubtedly different from each other, it was clear that Ryoshu's reckless attitude towards sacrificing her own memories triggered a sort of anxiety in Heathcliff. What?
Didn't you hear? Them nerds will be here in a week or two to get us out. Why don't we just keep that short nicely in that scabbard and wait it out?
The radio doesn't work.
What if we went up to the rooftop and entered one of those doors up there? There are thousands of them. Out of the question, by doing so, we will be putting ourselves at a greater risk, that of casting ourselves into the endless maze that is the corridor. Okay, but where did we meet that brick wall of a maestro wanders right into this room? That wolf lady's last words. Man, I'm seeing the flags. It's a hella risky move. Yeah, but I think Yoshihide and her OP sword is our best bet.
Right, but what if we got lucky and they find us in a day or two?
Quit speaking out, HC. It will only be forgotten, not lost. Well, good nerdies don't tend to last very long. It's been a fun excursion, clock. I looked toward the scabbard, expecting it to rattle violently as it did earlier, but remained still. The white blade soon reveals itself and cuts across the wall where the door used to be. And naturally, as the Aryashiki's blade cleaves through the wall, so does it Ryoshu's memories. Ah, we were really getting somewhere. The thin strands of Arya's image, which had just begun to coalesce, slowly unraveled and fell apart once again. Even still, Arya released the blade without hesitation. But it's okay, we'll try again, so... conveying no resentment, no hatred, but a few words of consolation. Don't feel too bad, as her voice faded into the gentle dark with Ryoshu's memories. Wait, that's really why she unsheathed those swords? I make another opening? The next destination, okay. That's underwhelming. Ah, welcome back.
Question. What exactly was the point of verifying every backdoor within the House of Spiders?
Oh, Holmheim didn't fill you in. Any information regarding these doors holds an enormous value for us. Not to mention, the higher-ups requesting us to reorganize the House of Spiders into a base of operations as soon as possible, even if we had to rush our work a little. Only speculating here, but I'm quite convinced that they're prepared for a conflict of sorts. These little pockets of absolute safety are extremely valuable during these operations, as you already know.
Wait, stop right there. What conflict? What operation? Are you saying that your bosses are preparing for a war or something?
I just feel like there isn't enough alarm in his voice, considering what he's saying. Preparing for what?
Not even trying to hide it anymore, huh?
Did I say something wrong? Must you ask to know? Aha. I thought everyone already knew. I mean, it's an open secret at this point. L Corp has already fallen. W Corp is still on the brink of collapse. We cause the aspirant W Corp. We call Olympus Corp the aspirant L Corp. Meaning we have a shared goal. But unlike the dead and gone L Corp, the current W Corp is still kicking, despite its rapid decline in recent years. And as we all know, companies of the cities aren't worth much unless they've got the military force to back them. Right. It's only natural that a business conflict would lead to a physical one as well. This is just a mere team leader speaking, though. Who knows what the higher-ups in our companies are thinking. Either way, much fruitful collaboration was had today. This will reflect pretty well on our performance metrics, and we didn't even suffer that many losses. I can safely say that you should expect a positive review from us regarding this collaboration. After saying our farewells to Alan, we returned to the forward base and shared with Holmheim everything that happened so far. Holmheim and Faust both did not seem willing to discuss the subject of the looming conflict. So we instead decided to have Ryoshi's memory and sword re-examined.
Oi! Holmheim! Results out yet?
Not yet. Assistant, I clearly remember telling you 3 minutes ago that it would take more than 20 minutes. Have you forgotten already?
He talks too much. Yoshi sounded irritated as she scolded Heathcliff. But I could sense a defiant undercurrent of anxiety from the way she kept puffing her cigarettes to a stub at increasingly short intervals.
This room might be more smoke than oxygen at this point. Mine is slowing down a tad. You're practically fumigating the room with cigarette smoke.
Then speed up, Jesus. Gonna bounce as soon as I hear the results.
Both of you need to learn to respect that things take time, yes? Time is indeed relative, but the fact that I have managed to complete an in-depth analysis of an item of such mystery in a serious day is an incredibly fast turnaround, and therefore deserves your appreciation. I have been attempting to rein in the more self-indulgent part of myself as of late, but I believe this attainment deserves to be elaborated upon. It is evident truth that such a result could not have been replicated had it not been for my genius brain. Go out to the hallways and grab any passing researcher and tell them about my incredible turnaround time, and you will hear them say, "Wow, done already?" And to that I will answer, "Shut the fuck up." Evidently tired of the two sinners alternating turns hounding him for results, Onheim seemed to speed up the analysis and managed to hit the finish line much earlier than 20 minutes.
Well, done already?
Yes. There are times when test results are extracted earlier than the predicted time frame. Many of those interactions are easily attributed to my genius at work.
Then why aren't you saying anything? Give me the TR, yeah.
You did tell me to shut the fuck up. So I'm attempting to observe the exact measures of doing precisely that.
You think Yoshihide would ever use known acronyms straight? What if it's something like, sheesh, that's a full day. Unwind after work, though.
And your verdict on her interpretation?
That is exactly what I meant. She's better than empty in some ways. How she lies as she breathes. At that moment, I might have caught a glimpse of the scabbard rattling slightly atop the examination device, almost as though it were giggling.
Very well, then I'll get right into it. First, the memory of the time she was complimented for her cooking has been erased.
Huh? That's it?
Hardly. Second, a name has been erased from her memory. Do you recall the name of the man who works with Major Sod?
Essay.
I would have asked in the past tense, but had it been him whom I was referring to?
Glad Miss Sade wasn't here for that.
That kid, right? I don't remember his name.
She forgot the pilot's name?
That she did. Among other miscellaneous deleted memories are 172 hours of Don Quixote's tales of adventures and the kinds of food she fed to a seagull.
Faye, upon it, thou say that the memories most precise young Ryoshi would be, would throw into utter destruction?
Look, Donkey, I'm not just trying to be mean here, but it seems pretty acceptable, doesn't it? The price of unsheathing a sword like that? If you're gonna buy sheer volume, I wouldn't quite say it's a mileage is acceptable. It erased several days worth of memories just for a single swing, didn't it? I mean, yeah, but they kind of sound like inconsequential memories, don't they? Greg and he forget stuff all the time. How's this any different?
Seemingly inconsequential nature of these particular memories weren't achieved by sheer luck. In fact, it seems to have been impacted by the scabbard of the Aryashiki, or to be more precise, the power of Arya's ego.
That's so... Yoshi looked down at the scabbard with an uncertain look in her eyes. All that remains of Arya and Ryoshi's recollection is a blank space where the fragments of her existence used to be. 7 removed again.
Well, it takes a rather significant amount of time. The scabbard seems to be, yes, capable of selecting which of Ryoshi memories are to be erased at the cost of using Aryashiki.
Sounds like I should be grateful then. But Ryoshi regards the scabbard with a conflicted look, as though to approximate the outlines of the void she left behind. Ah, so it's like cooldown timer? She can use it whenever, as long as she gives it time to select the trivial memories?
I wouldn't be so quick to dismiss them as trivial. The memory of the time when you were complimented for your cooking. It was quite a precious memory, wasn't it?
You've performed an inverse calculation of the relic's cost.
Yes. According to our measurements, the sword seems to factor in the weight of each memory when calculating the cost of wielding it. It's become rather clear that it takes more than light memories to properly wield it. So, have our memories been restored?
As presumed, attempts to recall the erased being's existence have resulted in failure.
That is quite discouraging.
But not all is lost. Simply by knowing that something used to be in that negative space, many things can still be reminisced upon. Like Ryoshi said, forgotten but not lost. Look, you've just stepped foot into the world of sangria. She flashes the briefest of smiles, then scares it away with a plummet of cigarette smoke. Collecting the GB will restore it. What used to be here, in the pocket of the void in my heart, my one and only. Ryoshi's gaze traced the invisible, the unperceivable. A few more days passed by. We didn't spend those days idling. We visited Saw Day and Pilot in recovery. Did a few odd jobs here and there, like helping suppress a distortion containment breach caused by a new LCE hire. But with all the loose threads tied up, we managed to finally, after so long. Kinda feels like we're home again. Return to the bus. Huh? Bus. Sweet bus. The chair could use a little more cushioning. There isn't anything like it out there. Damn, this is your ride? Hella badass. Betwixt the two individuals who are looking rather pleased at Kira's astonishment, Mom screezed through to warn us about some things to watch out for.
I asked Team Leader Alan to set the coordinates to somewhere as close as possible to the nest. Keep driving through the door. It will bring you right to an empty spot on the highway. Don't hesitate or hit the brakes, because if by any chance there is a car driving behind you, it will crash into the bus. No, it's...
So, what are you two doing here in the bus? Decided to join the better team, did you?
I must admit, a certain degree of interest in hearing of your exploits, but to accompany you through them is an entirely different matter. Isn't it? I'm only here to adjust your coordinates. Speaking of which, just how did you manage to escape your confinement?
I told him I had stuff to help you with, and they let me out after making me scribble over some docs. Solitary confinement's hella boring, so I thought I might get some air. Might as well say goodbye to while I'm out and about, right?
I see. You explained the fact that the new hires don't have any grudges against you. I thought I told them to impress upon the new hires that prisoners be treated as exceptions to the... Right, the person in charge of that training is currently checked into the long-term recovery ward, more probably stemming from the shortage of manpower.
I best include this in the report. Sounds like they're both here to see us go.
Well then, time for validation, I suppose. Perhaps I've grown far too used to seeing your faces. Saying goodbye doesn't come out as easily as expected to.
The day of reunion must await in the future.
I would appreciate it if such a reunion had a low probability of occurring. While I am not very particular to mathematical statistics like the probability theory, I hope your prediction is dead right. Well then.
Hey, Yoshihide! What the... We are... I wouldn't say we're family exactly, but... Listen... There's a lot of stuff I want to say to you, and a lot of stuff I want to hear from you, okay? So... That's why Did you today? Acronymizing it into L and call me Ryoshu, not Yoshihide. For the echoes of that name. After a round of goodbyes, the two disembarked from the bus, and no sooner had the machinery clicked into place than the bus's wheels finally began to turn, bringing us closer and closer toward a blinding radiant portal massive enough to engulf the bus whole. Well, off to our next destination, I guess. All right, where are we headed next?
Dante inquires about that next destination. Virgilius.
Now that's more like it. Been too bloody long since I heard that question.
Yeah, don't get too excited. One hasn't answered that question ever less anywhere that's not downright bizarre. Virgilius gave me a faint, knowing smile as though to confirm Ishmael's pessimistic remark, then delivered a comment that sounded too lighthearted for its gravity.
Downright bizarre, is it?
Well, let me just say that it's high time we face such a sight. Our next destination is District 14. In other words, Major Dante, we are now en route to N-Corp. So, we are going there after all. N-Corp.
Any of your faces there, I'd rather not see.
As the rest of the sinners voiced their various gripes and discontent with N-Corp, Marissa, who probably had the most amount of history with the wing, simply flipped open his newspaper like usual and began reading it with the same unchanging expression. As though for him, none of this changed anything. Not departing. Vroom vroom. With that, the bus resumed its journey to yet another tale. Yay! Well, alright then. Kinda sucks that Sangria's the farming spot. I am not looking forward to that. What do I want to do here? How many of these can I buy? I can buy all of them, okay. Can I buy all of these? I can. Can I buy all of these? I can. What about these? Yep. Alright. What about these? Okay. And this one? Uh-huh. Well, now I just have these. Now I could do Sangria, or I could farm the Mirror Dungeon. Sangria's gonna give me way more. Well, actually, is Sangria gonna give me more? It's gonna give me more for my amount that I put in. Maybe I think I'm just gonna farm Mirror Dungeon though. Well, I mean, how many times do I have to do Mirror Dungeon? But I also get. I'm thinking. Alright, let's use this, see what we get. Bunch of miscellaneous. No, Maruso.
눈동자에 초점이 없는 사람이랑 손목 한쪽에 날아가서 버려진 사람 근처엔 가지도 마시고.
Alright, that's about right. It's gonna be a while before I have enough threads. Let's see about living him up. Man, that's still not enough to give him the max? I cry. Man, it's gonna take a man. Gonna take a while to get her up. Gonna take a while to get the other guy up.
이 밤에 여긴 왜 자꾸 알짱거려요?
Unless even if I could,
제일
even if
민감한
I turn all of
시간이니까
these into threads.
괜히 걸리적거리지
What do you wanna
말고
call them?
안전한 데로 가시죠.
Shards. If I turn all
특히
these boxes into
저기
shards.
눈동자에 초점이 없는 사람이랑
Okay, Ishmael, can you like quiet? I'm like trying to talk to myself. Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot. What do I want to do here? Ooh, I think I have Otis maxed out. I do. What do I get from all this?
Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh, hi, Chug. Thanks so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Welcome in. I hope you're doing great. I was doing math for threading. I don't know if I actually want to spend my resources to thread for Mariso's new identity, considering since it would make my life a lot easier for farming Mirror Dungeon. Not to mention I could get a whole bunch of well, whole bunch more what do you want to call it, shards. Welcome in, Hao Chow. Welcome in, Snickerzoodle. I hope you're doing great. I am a big fan of Limbus Company too. I need it. Let me shout out. Give you a shout out. Perfect. Oh. Look at the vampire armies, Snickerzoodle, Moo. I have a plan, and the plan is to eventually, what's my plan? Oh yeah, I plan to eventually record enough videos and read through all of Dante's notes. Ah! Look at the vampire army on Chalk, Moo. Did I say Moo for the last one? Moo. Yeah, I'm planning to read through all of Dante's notes. Plan to read through every single side story as well, or how you want to put this? Yeah, the stories. At some point. That was such a vibe. We both have the same type of opening sound. Hell yeah. Based. But yeah. Yeah, I was doing math. If I would have enough resources. I mean, I do. I could just like use a bunch of these. What do I want to use these on? Shard. I'm gonna shard. Just make more Faust ones, and then we'll use whatever I need left to then get Mariso's up. And all right. So how much do I need? 30. There we go. 30. Yay! Let's go, Mariso! Woo! But yeah, plan. I just finished up. Ah, shite. I need XP too. I forgot about that. Well, that's too bad for me. But yeah, I just finished up the intermission. That was all right. I don't know. It was disappointing that why Ryoshu unsheathed Aryashiki. I was hoping that we'd like see in the boss. But oh well, it is what it is. Funnily enough, you caught me right at the end. So I will do the nice thing. I will be respectful. I'm gonna find someone else to raid, who is playing Limbussy. How long have you been playing Limbussy, by the way? I've been playing. I first logged in during season 5, but I've been playing since like, I don't know, the first like 2 or 3 months of season 6.
Die, potato. I like trains. Oh no, wait.
You know, I can't see chat at the moment because I'm looking to find someone playing Limbussy, and I have a bunch of stuff that comes up whenever people type. What was I gonna do? Let's see. Who do I want to raid? Who am I going to choose to? You know what? Let's do this person. Oh, I've been here since season 2. Damn, nice. I think I have like 600. Wait, how do you have 900 hours? I think I have like 600. Hold on. Welcome to the Vampire Army. Moo. You know, actually, I can't. All right, it was a good